Hey everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Welcome to Tremahia. Glad you guys are back at the tavern. Let's see, we have a few announcements to make. First of all, the drink of the night is the perfect pina colada.
Hey.
Go ahead and do a wide of everyone.
I can't.
Yeah, we can't do that. I think we don't want to get in trouble, right?
If you like drinks and coconuts and getting caught in a typhoon. Good enough.
There we go. Close enough. Avoid the lawsuit.
All right, it's
Someone
awesome.
roll
Thank
over
you.
in their
Thank
grave.
you. And we'll have that recipe up on Instagram and Twitter eventually, so look for that.
Yes, you will.
Our returning sponsors for the night are Mats by Mars and Cantrip Candles.
Thank you both!
Thank you to both. For Mats by Mars, you can find them at Mats by Mars on Twitter and Instagram, and matsbymars.com. You can use code Triangle Table for a 10% discount at checkout.
Yeah.
And Cantrip Candles. We have a giveaway tonight.
We do indeed.
It is the 6-ounce, this size, essentially, candle. Do you know which one is going to be?
The smell, I don't believe, has been decided.
Okay,
So
The mystery.
I will consort with the gods and see if they have a scent in mind, and if not, maybe the person who wins can perchance pray for a certain scent.
Stonemouse Chapel.
I would recommend Surmount Chapel. It is delicious, but also
is
the
so good.
Library
All right.
Scriptorium. It also looks really good too.
I want to try.
I know. I love the smell of
Soon,
books, anyways.
soon. We'll get one. All right.
Right.
Anyway, guys, you can go to check out their website, cantripcandles.com, and you can use code Triangle and Flame. Gotta get that all caps for a 10% discount. So that is good anytime. But for tonight, the giveaway is the Cantrip Candles. The 6-ounce.
Yeah.
One 6-ounce candle. So
And they burn for like 30 to 35 hours, so those little...
yeah, I mean, we've been
that lasted us several sessions.
Yes.
We have 3 currently that we're still using, and we started them technically a year ago. or so. All right. For those new to the show and wish to start up from the beginning, you can head over to our archive YouTube channel. We can, if you're not too keen on watching all the video time and whatnot, you can also head over to the wiki page and kind of just do a little rough synopsis of that. I believe all the episodes are up except for like 3, 4, and 5 on the wiki.
6 is about to expire in like 5 days.
But on our VODs,
Oh, I'm sorry.
On our VODs, you can watch up to I think 6 and up to tonight's, which is 13. Wow.
Unlucky 13, guys. So better roll good.
Oh, we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
We'll
Our
see.
YouTube channel is Triangle
13 is
Table
awesome.
Tavern.
Triangle Table Tavern, YouTube. So go ahead and look that up. We're also, if you look up Welcome to Tremahia on the YouTubes, it'll also pop up. So you can start off from the beginning. Sorry about the audio issues. Again, we are a growing channel. We are a small, independent, literally everyone here runs it channel. Speaking of which, Twitch. Prime. Amazon Prime. So you guys probably know of Amazon Prime. They're wonderful. They can ship whatever you want in a day. Oh man, if we can get Amazon Prime.
If Jeff Bezos knew how much Amber and I buy from him, he'd sponsor us.
True story.
So if
All right,
anyone
Jeff.
there knows a Jeff Bezos,
Jeff, not even the Jeff.
Jeff.
Just
random
Yeah.
someone in chat named Jeff Bezos, talk to
I don't give a
me,
shit.
and we'll work something out.
Jaded.
I would literally just take a random sponsorship from a guy named Jeff Bezos who did nothing. I would put that on our sheet.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right,
still counts. All right. So anyway, guys, Amazon Prime. If you have it and you get your wonderful stuff from them, you can get Twitch Prime, or at least activate it. The link will be up in chat momentarily, if not already. I can't tell from up here. Yeah, we work really hard to bring you this content every week. Each one of us here. It's not just me. Yes, I'm the one creating a lot of stuff for the campaign, but it's everyone here pulling their weight. So we worked very hard, and maybe you can throw a little bit of money towards us. If not, you can always use your Twitch Prime account and sub for any channel once free per month. So you can throw it our way, you can throw it anyone else's way, but
We're a good
But stroke. I would say too, like, even if you don't have any money to donate to the cause, sharing this is just as good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Spreading the
You can always
gospel.
do that too.
Spreading the gospel is
Absolutely,
a huge
thing. It's monumental. Actually, to be honest, most companies, they do well because of that. They do well because people are sharing what they like. So again, thank you guys. You know who you are. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're wonderful.
And contributions
Much
and
love.
stuff always to the people who are doing the contributions, like Cody over at the wiki
Definitely.
and all of that.
Cody,
stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
for sure.
Like, yeah, there are lots of ways that
There's
you
a lot of
guys
people
can
that,
seriously help us out.
I see all
and-
the retweets and whatnot,
Yeah.
and the praise we get on the chat and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I
Pour
review
one out for the fans, guys.
That's that's
onto
right.
the floor.
This coconut's for
Pour it into
you.
my
Yeah.
mouth.
No one's going to be mad about that at all.
That's right.
Shirts and stickers. We are very close. We were supposed to get the link tonight. It didn't happen, but they're pretty much done. They are complete. We have 3 different versions of the Don't Fuck Me Gil shirts. We have one that has the obscenity right in front. We have one that says Don't.
Large and in charge.
Yeah, Don't Fail Me Gil, and then we have the hashtag DFMG. The back of which will be altered as well. So the one with the Don't Fuck Me Gil will have the Damn It Gil on the back. The Don't Fail Me Gil will have Dang It Gil for those who have children and probably wish to wear it at company events and not have to be questioned about
Chuck
it.
E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. That'd be.
I
yeah.
didn't wear it to like Disneyland or something on accident once.
Did you?
Oh my
really?
god, yes I did.
Yeah.
Yes I did. That's
You know,
right.
It
sometimes
was really
they gotta
bad. I
learn.
didn't realize.
Yeah, sometimes life comes to you, kids. That's what happens.
I forgot about that. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, true story, bro. That is
So
funny.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
That is that is
It
made
was
my
for
night.
a reason. It was like we had just come from meeting you, or we were
Yeah.
going to go meet you or something, and I was wearing it as like support,
went to
like
go meet
support
people.
your friend.
Yeah, don't
And,
fuck me, kid.
So,
Yeah.
I like how you're doing this. Support your friends.
Support
Sports bras coming soon.
Hey, I'll reach out
I'll
to
allow
him.
it. Roll for marketing.
No, I'm just sports bras. Why not? I know
Well,
people
there you
like
go.
them.
All right.
You're
Hey,
welcome,
We'll,
ladies.
we'll see.
And-
We'll see.
and-
I don't know.
and men, I don't have
If that is a
preferences.
possibility,
There's
I mean-
gender neutrality there.
Heck, we can have totes. We can have
Oh.
different other things going on. So, anyway, the stickers and the shirts. We're not sure.
Something's happening.
That was a Jeff Bezos thing.
Jeff Bezos.
Look at that
So,
immediate sponsorship.
That is beautiful. God, I love him.
Oh, and you open the package, it's just a big middle finger.
It's
I was like, damn it.
Don't break my heart, man. Also, speaking of women and awesome stuff that women do, we are short a
Yeah.
player tonight.
Yeah.
Any of you
Oh, yeah,
guys
that's
who really dig like professional wrestling and WrestleMania? It's this weekend. It's actually like happening right now.
And knowledge.
Sunday. And that is where
Killing ladies.
that is where our lovely Cat Waters is tonight.
and also
and
Cat
Cat Walters.
And
Yeah.
Cat
She's
Walters might
fighting.
be
She's
there,
fighting
too.
for the name Cat.
Hey, Cat
defending the
Walters, if
title.
you want to sponsor us, you can go ahead and meet.
Just taking them all
And
over
meet
the
Cat at
place.
the con and she'll kick your ass.
So yeah, root for her if you're watching WrestleMania. Go,
All right. So again, look for that link. We'll be look for it on Twitter. If not Twitter, then next week on the channel we'll have a link up. All right. Let's get down to business.
Brass
To
tacks.
defeat.
Oh yeah.
We can't
Honeys.
again. All right. Let's go and recap last week's episode. Deep under the island of Salenak, in the temple of Egypthrea, the party descended into a well that once housed a water elemental. In a chamber some 200 feet deeper still, they found piles and piles of gold and weapons and objects. While down in the chamber, the water level began to creep back up. They sensed immediacy and began to load up the tensor disc that Jingles had created with 500 pounds of gold, which is the maximum that the tensors floating disc can hold. Their way out was blocked, and had to rely on those that were on the top or the surface to help get them out. The disc's magic faded, and they were only able to bring up with them a very, very small amount of gold.
1 hour, guys. All you sorcerers out there. 1 hour. That's
Cautionary tale. They made their way out of the temple and back to the ship. On board, they displayed their loot, to be sorted out later. They made their way back to the quarters, and on their way back, they saw a naked little Mugsy named Mugsy that they had disguised as a sailor, which you
was a
see
real
over there
boy.
in Cat's
Kurt,
place.
the tiny,
Kurt the Mudgy.
potentially disfigured page.
The special page.
Yeah.
Very
special.
They saw him running from one side of the ship to the other, completely naked. All of his accoutrement has been stripped off, and that is where we pick up.
Does he still have makeup on his
No,
face?
I was about to ask.
He does.
Oh, fantastic.
It's
Nowhere
a little
else.
smeared, and for the
Don't look
most
at me. I
part,
had nothing to do with
Was
it.
he running?
You are in
he was
charge of him.
running back and forth.
Does he have knees? Or does he just like...
He's got knees. No, but he's got knees, and he only tries to mimic human.
posture?
Exactly. All their mannerisms and whatnot. He only watches you guys, so it's a pure mimic type of construct. The way he walks, though, is still kind of like Hunchback of Notre Dame. He just kind of hobbles a little bit. He's not really sure. He may even sway from one side to the other.
Oh.
But you definitely hear him, though, a little crunch sound of his footfalls. And Jingles went ahead and yelled at Mugsy right as he got to the middle of the aisle there, below decks. And that is where we pick up.
Who else is
Yeah,
around?
yelling.
Who's watching
he's-
this?
Well,
Well, it doesn't really matter. He's like yelling
There were still
Mugsy, but
people on
it's
the
also a
ship.
construct.
there are still
We
people on the
got
ship.
ours.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sailors that are still on the ship, and they have been loading the supplies from the pirate ship over onto the their ship, and as well as the Spirit of Quintessa. So you guys are aboard the Firewind. The Spirit of the Quintessa is about to get underway themselves. They got the sails unfurled, but are not fully ready yet. Mm-hmm. They're essentially waiting for Randall to head back over there and get everything sorted out between the Admiral and the Captain Riley, and then they'll get underway.
Totally out of character, real quick. Amber, you paid them 10 platinum up front.
I did.
Bargaining chip later.
Yes.
Just saying.
I haven't forgotten.
Okay,
I
okay,
gave
cool.
someone else my money.
Got you. Okay, cool. It was a while ago, so I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I did take that back out of the treasure that we put in. The
Oh, you
riddle.
did?
I did, yeah.
Never mind.
I was paying myself back.
What was I thinking?
I didn't tell
Yeah.
them that.
Of course
but
you didn't.
I
So
felt
perfect.
that was a good
you fooled
justification.
character and player. That's amazing. Good job.
All right, so you guys see
Yeah.
the little naked Mudgy running back and forth, and he stops and he looks at you.
I just facepalm.
What are you doing?
He just
Patricia.
Oh God. Is he being chased by anyone?
no. You hear the laughter and it stops.
I
Who
lean
is that?
Where do we hear the...
So you guys are walking down the hall to your quarters and to the crewman's quarters as well. And there's a few rooms every now and then. Ada's room will be around that same area. There are other quarters there for the other.
Gross. I lean
All
over
gone.
during the dead silence. I
Round
lean
two.
over to Trixie and I go, "Well, your Trisha needs to come up with a lie."
I'm just gonna
Take
go.
care of this.
And he
It's just
kills her.
beautiful.
And he just kills Mugsy.
you see a face peek out from one of the rooms that Mugsy was running back and forth, and you see a little.
You. Who are you?
You hear a bunch of a rattling in the corridors, and they're kind of like the stool is falling down. There's like the mirror kind of shaking, and they're like just you hear some kind of commotion.
I'm gonna
What
run.
rooms are those?
Sorry, I'm gonna run towards the door and then look at Mugsy and realize that I have to go pick up Mugsy and I'm not super strong. Don Ash, can you help, please?
So as soon as you- as soon as you
Okay,
make
I'm
it-
gonna step forward. I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna go toward the door.
Which door?
Where his face was.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna open
did.
it.
The door is
Slam
Look at
it.
it!
the door is already open because your little Mugsy was running back and forth between the other side and this one.
Okay, who do I see?
On this room, you see two gentlemen, the sailors, the crewmen, climbing over each other trying to hide. There's nowhere to hide in this room. There's a bed. It's a small, like a rucksack kind of.
I take a first
Explain
step.
this.
Things start to clang and fall down off the little dresser there, and they kind of stop and look at you.
Yeah, can I?
I'm gonna give them my stare.
Oh,
Explain this.
oh, it was, and they keep like pointing to each other and like, no, it was, no, and they rattle each other, and they, you look on the other side now, the other room, and the guy who was about to creep out gets stopped by you also. And just now, you guys notice the 2-foot gap that Hylene looms over all of these sailors.
I notice I'm trying to avoid. I'm like,
Yeah, the awkward tension could be cut by your perforator. It's tense, and the sailor kind of walks over, tail between the legs almost, and just...
I'm going to step back so that he enters the room, and I'm going to hold out my hand. His clothes.
And they kind of look at each other, and the bed is kind of messed up. There's the sheets that are kind of tumbled and whatnot.
Doing the Mugsy.
I was gonna say
that's where they were trying to hide.
Yeah,
That's where you
this
caught
is
them.
getting dark. I'm about to get fatherly on their asses.
does one of them have a blonde mustache? I must know.
Oh God.
Someone's about to get their ass kicked.
A
Hard.
mustache like yours?
Blonde?
Okay.
Specify the blonde. Also, I've got a goatee, motherfucker.
You see that the bed is not not what you're thinking. They were trying to hide behind one another, and they just jumped onto the bed, thinking that was going to be a best method of concealment. You notice
Clearly
that
the smart ones.
Yes.
you notice that the blankets have kind of been moved around, but on top of where the bed was, or where the blankets were, if they were spread out, you see little piles of clothing, the little sailor hat, the shirt, little pants, and that's it. That's all you really equipped them with, I think, right? You didn't have shoes, you didn't have anything else?
You will bring those here to me.
The one of the skinny ones grabs it immediately, just shoves it, and kind of you can see his head is taking a little bit aback, and he's...
What the fuck are they doing?
Okay, so you will be having a conversation with the captain after all of this is said and done.
And you actually hear behind you a footstep. I'm sorry, what is this about?
Aha!
So I turn to him,
Just the man we
and
wanted
I've
to
got
see.
naked Mugsy and his clothes in my hand.
What the shit is that?
Your men were messing with my nephew.
Whoa.
Full stop. A what?
Adopted nephew.
That makes
no,
it better.
No, really, what is that?
This is Kurt.
Man.
I didn't see
Roll a
it.
deception check.
I anxiously fart.
Deception.
It's a very squeaky one. It's like, I'm very worried now.
Oh, no, natural one.
Oh,
Natural.
Can I try?
Oh,
no,
I
is that
shit my
too
pants.
bad? Oh, am I
You're
not
not
there?
there, it's just her.
Where am I?
You
Oh.
So you're all there.
No,
you're
but
all
we're like-
around that area.
She's
We're
in the
locked
room,
off that
yeah.
door.
But yeah, now she's blocked up, and actually, technically, the captain is behind you guys. So you guys are in between the captain and Hylene and the room there.
I move out of the way. Just like
He kind of walks towards you. He peers off into the rooms there and looks to the other one, sees that it's empty, looks back at everyone in there. Vendar, Solvis, what's the meaning of this? He keeps glancing an eye at Mugsy just because he's weirded out. You can tell.
You know.
He's not entirely sure what's going on, and he's trying to.
Does Mugsy have a 1,000-yard stare?
He always does.
he's got a 10,000
is it
yard
years?
stare.
3,000-yard stare?
It's a natural 20,000 yards.
Oh my! Was it really? Oh, shit! Is he okay? All right. Oh my god.
I mean, Mugsy is, just staring off
Sure,
into
sure,
space. Doesn't
sure.
really know what's going on. Has been.
that was my plan, just to get
Gil, can we get the
waste your
Mugsy?
20.
Can we get the Mugsy face real quick, just for, just like the calm, like yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Hylene, you're on
That
your
is
own, man.
abuse of power.
We're just all like watching, like, oh fuck.
I'm gonna look over to Lady Altrisha just to kind of. Do you want me to tell him?
You're just looking at me.
Yeah.
I have not been with Kurt very long, but it is my understanding that there was an accident a long time ago, and he is no longer human as we are, but I'm not certain of what happened exactly, but that is in fact what's left of her nephew.
It was a.
roll a deception.
Can I say something to help her to give her advantage?
I was going to give her disadvantage.
Okay, can I?
You better
Okay.
say
All right.
something to give
It
her.
was speaking from a magic user's standpoint. I can say with absolute certainty that it was a botched stone skin spell that accidentally turned all of his flesh to clay.
And then I add and I go,
Straight roll.
Straight roll.
Actually, no, go ahead.
Can
That
I-
was advantage.
okay.
That was advantage.
Good, because I wasn't very good. We're
Oh,
gonna
that's a
switch.
20.
Nope.
No, that was a
Minus
2.
the 0.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I wanted a 21.
17
There we
plus
go. Okay,
my
all right.
deception's pretty good, so 23.
All right, whatever. But why is it naked? And
Ask
Well,
your
Ask
we're
them.
curious
Yep,
of
that's
that
all.
as
he's
well.
pointing directly. You three, come here now.
I was like, no.
No.
yeah.
I try to point off in
Sure,
the
sure,
direction. I just glance at your eyes. The three men all have you've seen before. They've all been helping up on deck occasionally and whatnot, and also below deck. They all kind of line up out in the hallway, and you can see that they're all staring not at anyone in particular. They're just looking at the ground and just trying to avoid eye contact with the captain, eye contact with you, and including the little construct in Hylene's hand.
Who I imagine is holding a flat hand and he's just standing on the flat hand.
No, I have these.
Okay, fair enough.
Cradle.
You.
Covering
I-
his nipples.
I didn't
Yes.
know it was her nephew. I thought it was. I mean, look at it, Captain Sir. Look, it's just. It looks dead, to be honest, but it moves, and it's just. It was the weirdest thing. I walked into. I saw it, and I couldn't help it, and then. Well,
You
my
took
leg-
his clothes off? That's your first reaction?
Someone needs
Not-
to go to
Not my
read.
first reaction. No, it was Trissan's. What? Oi! And he kind of like.
Oh, it gets juicier by the minute.
I
You
wouldn't
throwing
use
me
that
under the
word.
boat, mate. Oh, look, we're sorry. We are. Is there anything we can do to repay you for it?
And I walk up with my quarterstaff drawn and I go, lay out your hands.
They
Old
look
school.
They all three of them look at the captain. The
He's
captain.
becoming
A Catholic nun, yeah, there we go.
The captain is.
They disrobed a
No, trust
what
me.
could have been a child.
That's the thing, is like, they thought it was either a child or like a dead
The
something.
captain.
Either way, leave its clothes
He doesn't-
on. Jesus.
He doesn't grab your staff
yeah.
or your trident.
Quarterstaff.
He doesn't grab it. He just pushes it down. No, I think I'll deal with them.
I appreciate that you would. Thank you.
Captain, realize that this is Lady Altricia's page that they disrobed for some weird and
Regardless
very
of what they thought,
tenuous
Why
it's not
did
an
you?
okay thing.
He looks at Tristan and he goes, "Why did you?" Well, it didn't really look like it was a child, so I went and touched it, and it turned out to be clay, and so I wanted to see more of it, and I took off the hat, and well, then I
Just got
realized that
carried
it was
away from
green.
there.
I step forward again. I go, have you ever heard the term curiosity killed the cat?
Oi.
Think on that next time.
Oi.
And then I put my quarterstaff on his chest and just push him back a little bit.
Okay. The captain is going to again intervene. He didn't stop you
Sure,
from
sure.
doing it. He grabs and goes, "Oi,
And I go, and just kind of back off.
they are my crewmen. I will deal the punishment while you are on my ship."
I think that's fair. But see that you do.
You three.
And I just do this.
Yeah, like, from behind the captain. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
as the
leave.
captain kind of turns
I'm
back.
taking Mugsy away from these horrible people.
Yeah,
As the
seriously.
captain kind of turns back to the three and goes,
Yes, I'm gonna
"You
dress
three are
him.
coming up on deck
And
with
I'll
me."
be there.
As he kind of leads them up, Ada, you can see now. Those of you, you actually can't because you're out of the field of vision there. But
Makes
you
sense.
see Ada kind of like looking down at all the commotion, like, and you know, as the captain's kind of walking up, she like gives a whole like, "Come with me." I'm like, all right. And she also leaves. The three men follow her. Actually, well, in between the captain and Ada. Moments later, Ando comes back down, and you can hear him. You know, you can even feel him on the other side of the ship when he's walking. So you can obviously tell that he's coming towards you, and he goes, "Oi,
Oi, chum.
oi, chum." There's a wolf on the deck, and the sailors are like, they're all worried shitless. You might want to do something about that. And he kind of looks over at Amalthea.
That's right.
That's mine. Yeah, I'll go. And she makes her way up to the top of the deck.
And I look at the rest of our party and I go, what is wrong with these fucking sailors? They've never seen
Never seen a
these
wolf
things
before? Who would
They've
think?
never seen a green child? What the hell is wrong with these people?
Live very boring lives.
Yeah.
Apparently.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and follow Amalthea to help her if she
Okay.
needs any help with like wrangling or fending off sailors
She's
from
got a
attacking stuff.
crowbar.
Yeah,
Good.
lucky she was here. She would have kicked the shit out of those three guys. Just saying.
You actually, so you head on up, and you see that the three men are already bound. Not tightly or anything. They have just the wrist kind of bound normally. Ada's actually facilitating this, and the captain's kind of reading off the standard procedure of putting. Basically, he's going to put them in the brig. You kind of hear the conversation, but your attention is more focused on where the wolf is now on deck. Hair all bristled up and just looking at these sailors who he is unfamiliar with. And Ondo comes up and alongside you and goes, "Oh, all right." He kind of points over to the wolf, and Amalthea's already kind of...
I go, Ondo, Amalthea is a ranger and quite the astute animal handler. She will take care of this. This is actually her companion.
Bless you. No, I get that. I'm just...
Gesundheit.
I mean, you followed me, so I didn't know if you wanted to.
I'm just here just in case anyone else needs any kind of explaining. Amalthea is tending to the wolf, and I'll tend to explanations.
All right. The ceremony, if you will, the procession of those that are getting bound is pretty quick. You almost miss it, to be honest. And Ada is about to take them down to the brig. Just before that, you see one of the sailors kind of walk up to her and goes, "Oh, Ada, I have a few maps from the pirate ship. We've salvaged them for you." And oh, very good. She kind of like motions to her back, where she's got her back right there. He kind of stuffs them in there, and he ties the little sack again, and they all head back.
And I go, Ada,
Oi.
a word for a moment.
I can't right now. Captain's orders. Sorry. You can
And
follow me.
I walk over to her and I just like get right into her face and I go, we need to talk about how you were going to leave us for dead in that well.
We will, and you are mistaken about that. I'll be right back. And she brings the three down. Ondo's still up on deck. He's kind of getting the sails furled up there.
And I
you
walk
can
back
see
down to them. To everybody else.
to everyone else. Okay,
Yeah, I
copy
walk
that.
back down.
I mean, so you would have followed her for a short distance. She would have looped back around and towards the rear of the ship where the brig is. It's just a small wrought iron cage. Actually, really only big enough for about two people. And now you see that they're all kind of just stuffed in there. And they're all sitting down, though, and they're just kind of like just talking to each other. Like, basically, you can barely hear out of your peripheral there just some
What was a
guilt.
stupid idea?
Yeah, a little bit of just guilt banter kind of going back and forth between them.
I walk and like just make eye contact with them. Well, eye contact. Blindfold contact with them. Straight face, and I just kind of like reach for my quarterstaff, looking at them, and then just
kind of a little neck crack, yeah.
and then
okay.
just tighten the blindfold and keep walking. And I walk to Hylene, and loudly I go, "How is Kurt? Is Kurt okay?" And then as I get in closer, I go, "What the fuck do we do now? Are we okay? Do we think?" And then I bring you guys into it. And I go, "Okay, so I believe that the crew, at least Ada and Ondo, might know your real name. Thank you. Secondly, we now have a magic disfigured child on our hands."
I think that they seem to have a good understanding that there's a lot of magic in the world and things that they may or may not understand. So we can play off, hopefully, Mugsy.
I think we can get away with it.
Even with Trixie, if they comment on it, we say, well, that's a nickname for me that I don't appreciate him, like it's a joke between me and him.
Never
It's a
know.
code name.
I trust you fully, but whether you want to tell me or not, I just would like to know, do you have a plan for when we get back to Quintessa?
Yes, that would be good.
I have a plan.
Does it involve running?
It involves running if the plan doesn't go well.
Oh.
I will admit that this is usually the point at which I head to a new city, but I think that I don't want to burn our bridges in Quintessa, so I was planning on getting out of this the same way I got us into it.
If need be, I can help with that. The Duke seems to be quite weak on shitty jokes, and I'm full of those. So, I can help with the Duke, because I feel like we're going to have a lot to contend with considering
That's what we're banking
we've
on.
done.
He seems to really like you, and we are going to be putting that to great use.
And we also have
I
to
have
think
a
of
plan.
Randall as well.
Oh, crap.
I'm hoping we intimidated him enough that he won't squawk, but
We're not bringing the rest of this crew, like the captain, with us to Randall and that whole trial.
well, I
are we?
have a feeling that the captain is going to have some questions, and while we don't have to bring him, he may or may not go to the Duke as well. But I think we need to do our best to cover all of our bases and keep the lie close enough to the truth that it will work.
We've already foregone that. I will say you right now. The Duke did not hire us. Your name is not Lady Altrisha. Also, Mugsy is a
I
construct.
have a plan. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work, a plan B might be
Wing
good.
it. Got it.
I have a plan. It may not be a good one.
Gil, while this is
Fair
going
enough.
on, can
Uh-huh.
I
One plan's better than
prestidigitate a really bad smell in the cage? Just like the most rank, awful smell.
You'll have to get close enough to it. but
That's
sure.
fine. Yeah, I'll go. And I will use for the very. Never mind. I can't use that yet. I won't use for the very first time. I'll just be a little quiet about it. I'll prestidigitate just the worst, most horrible
What,
smell.
what smell?
Right in
What
the middle.
smell, though? Like,
Have
what
you
smell?
ever smelled a grease recycling plant?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that right in the middle of the
Wow.
cage, right
Okay.
amongst all
Oh
of them.
no.
And I leave.
And with that, I bid you adieu.
And I follow you.
Yeah, you can. It much like your earlier.
Yeah.
You kind of hear a little sound kind of come out of the Jingles' fingers, and it seems to.
It's the spell is
Excuse
called
me.
finger fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just kind of doing that underneath your robes. Or actually, roll a sleight of hand to see if they notice that it's you.
Roll a stench check.
Oh, that's a nat 19 plus
Okay.
2. That's a 21.
The creaks of the ship back and forth.
You timed it just. It was the creeks.
Do your
And-
robes go like this?
They
when you
flutter a
pass?
little bit.
they begin to kind of they watch you leave, and then you go. Oh, he sold this, and he smacks them. And, oh, mine's not mine. And you kind of walking away, but you hear, oh, what the? Oh! They're actually shaking the cage, like, ah! Those of you who can see far enough, he's crying. They're crying.
There's just a small smile.
Hey, it's horrible bad.
Yeah, that's like the worst smell in the world.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Well done.
So
Fantastic.
you guys have.
I feel better.
Where are you guys going now currently?
Trixie at one point wants to go up to Jingles and ask Jingles, do you have a black scarf that I could borrow?
Better question is, why would I give it to you?
So nice.
I need it
For what?
to borrow. I'll give it back.
What are you planning on doing?
Nothing.
I know you better than this.
I'm in mourning.
Oh
I miss
God!
the treasure.
Just take it. Just take it. Here, go.
Surprised you didn't see that coming since you know her so well.
Pull like a little scarf out of my sleeve and just take it and go.
It's like the magician scene. He's got one of the many scarves. He's like, no, red, blue,
red, blue,
black.
purple. Just there we
you go. Yeah.
Trixie ties the black scarf around her neck.
She goes onto the deck and looks out to the ocean wistfully.
Yeah.
Says goodbye.
It's actually kind of a nice little weave for a scarf, So it's it's one of Jingles'
It has very fine
perks,
quality.
right? Correct. Correct. All right. So everyone else,
Yeah.
where are you guys? We're all of you.
So, I feel like I'm going to eventually find Ada.
Okay. She left the brig a while ago when Jingles was doing his.
Of course she did.
Well, I
Everyone
mean,
did.
well before that too.
Sure.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will do this one. Okay. Natural 14. 18.
Okay. So you immediately go.
Wait, investigation?
Investigation.
I'm sorry. 16.
Okay. Same result for the most part. You walk around the ship, and the first place you look is her room. You give a knock, like you usually do. No answer. So then you take a moment and...
I listen.
Yep.
Do I hear anything?
Nothing on the inside. So maybe you keep looking around and you walk down to the lower levels of the ship there. Particularly the one that you're not really allowed to go into, but you hear a lute being tuned.
I sneak as far as I can without being seen,
Make a stealth check.
like around the corner. It's a natural one. I fall down the stairs.
So you press your back against the wall and you kind of like move down the stairs. 1, 2, 3, and then you leave your back, or you move forward a little bit from the back of the wall, and you're still moving down, and you go to put your back against it again, and it's not there, as the wall has now left. Even your senses, as you're just more focused on get down there with it. Nope. You hit the barrel that's at the bottom, and it kind of rattles around with you. You try to stop it, but at that point, you know it's already too late.
I go, Ada, goddammit, Ada! I'm just trying to cover that.
Get up. Come here. She points over to a smaller half barrel there, and she sit down.
And I kick the barrel aside. I go, I will not sit down.
Do you have your loot with you?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on my back all times.
How's it faring after the fall?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's like, don't ask me. I can't see shit.
It was more the fact that he really just moved the barrel that was at the end and tried to stop it, but.
So I look at her and I go, explain yourself. You were about to leave us for dead. You gave us an ultimatum, and you said, I'm fine, and you put up your hood.
Calm down, Donash.
Calm down. I thought you were different.
Down.
Just like the rest of the drow who don't give a shit about anybody else.
Not true. I mean, listen, alright? I only had one spell left. I had to decide between messaging Nizruk or staying down there with you and making sure that you were all alive. You have your magic friend there, the Jingles the Loud one, with all the bells.
I know who Jingles is.
I thought he had something in his sleeve or something. I don't know. He is capable of a bunch of stuff. So why didn't he do anything? You guys were more focused on the gold.
Look, Ada, I understand the situation that we were in.
Please could have killed everyone.
I understand that, Ada, very well.
And I was not trying to kill you. Or anyone else.
Well, the fact that it was so easy for you to just make that decision.
I waited till the last minute, yes. Because I wasn't sure what he could do. Why was I doling out all the spells? Why was I the one doing everything?
It's not my answer to give.
All right, well...
You seem to be the one who always had the answer to begin with. All of a sudden now you're helpless and you took too much on your plate?
Yeah. That happens.
Bullshit, Ada. I don't believe this at all.
She still has her lute out. She just kind of begins tuning a little bit, you know. Not really focused on it. You can actually tell it's just kind of like she's more plucking it than anything else. Just look, Donash, I don't mean to harm any of you. I'm done doing that. That's why I took the seafaring life. Stay away from cities, the big ones, anyway.
Where were you before?
I was an adventurer just like you. I traveled through dungeon depths, the highest peaks. I've traveled. I've done it all. If you notice, if you've looked inside my room, my cabin, I've got trophies of other adventures that I've been on. I've got maps from everywhere. Yeah, they're just trophies. They are just trophies.
Look, you don't owe me or my party anything. I know that. And just, as soon as you were to give us that ultimatum, it made me rethink about exactly who you are.
I'm sorry that changed.
Me too.
She points over to your lute. Maybe this will help calm your nerves? She kind of just...
Is she charming me or is
No,
it?
no, no,
okay.
no. No, she's not casting any kind of spell. You would know.
Okay.
At this point, you'd know what a spell from a bard looks like.
Since you gave me this loot,
It's yours.
and after after we make land, I don't know if we'll ever see each other again. I will give you this one last opportunity of friends. And I pull out the loot as well.
She kind of just plays a solemn note. It's a very kind of a sad little.
And I kind of
Easy
start
to kind of follow along.
yeah,
not,
I
not,
start
you know,
to finger a
mimic
few
what
notes.
she's essentially doing like she's not doing like a accompaniment to you. She's literally just teaching you a song here.
Okay. Okay. Then I imitate it.
Okay. And she just
And while I do this, can I insight check her?
sure with advantage because you've gotten to
Yay.
know her.
Great. No. That was a 12. First
12.
one was 12.
You think she was being completely honest. That last minute move on her part was due to the fact that she was waiting for something to happen elsewhere.
From playing the music, I start to remember my meditation with the Sakuhachi back in the mountains, and just the music starts to fill me with a little bit of calm.
Sure.
And I realized that she was truthful, and I just not completely let my guard down, but a little bit more.
You've gotten better. You pick
Yeah.
it up quick,
Got near. That's all I got.
and that's important. Donish, our music, it can inspire friends. It can sway foes.
You know, we were supposed to learn a few songs before we made it to the island. Maybe you can teach me a few now.
Sure. And she just, she the same kind of the somber tone that she's carrying. You can see it change a little bit. It's still somber, but it's definitely a different song now. And she just continues to play, and she still talks to you. You know, we allow a band to influence us with a tune, to relax, sometimes to get pumped up, ready to take on the day's tasks. Just with a few notes, we could be transported to worlds away.
That I know.
We, bards, are able to pull magic from the air itself, the vibrations. And as such, we can tap into our enemy's psyche. We use the resonant frequencies to disrupt or to alter, to even puncture flesh.
Thank God.
It is a terrible power, and one we must use responsibly. Just know that you have that power too.
I have that power.
Indeed.
Ada, I just merely play the music.
And that's all it really takes.
And with that, I'm going to... How's she looking? Is she okay?
She's
Killing blow.
as far
Vicious mockery.
The student becomes
You're
the
talking about
master.
health-wise?
Sith Lord.
You're talking about health-wise?
Yeah.
She looks okay. Yeah, I mean,
So I'm just gonna strum very, very casually, like now listening to what she said and kind of like trying to believe what she's told me, even though I'm just gonna play. And I just kind of mindfully play a couple notes, and without really knowing, I'm gonna cast Healing Word towards her.
okay, make a performance check too.
Okay. Which one? What is this one?
Special one.
I know, right?
Oh.
God, it was like a 19.
Oh, I was gonna say it looked really good when it first.
Really, yeah.
Performance? That's okay. I've got plenty. 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's good.
She's playing with you, and you're listening to her, and you're like, you do a chord, and it resonates throughout the room that you're playing. She stops for a moment. Did that come from you?
Who did what? The G.
Well, I mean, sure, but it was more than that. No, you did it. Do it again.
Okay, and I check my finger position and I strum again.
the same
With
effect. Yeah, the same effect. You're playing it. You tapped into the weave around you, the vibrations, and the same resonance frequency emanates from you. And she stops again, and actually she holds up her lute, and it begins to kind of hum, just barely, just from the initial wave there. Okay.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel okay. There, Dharmesh, I don't know how to persuade you otherwise, but this. I wasn't trying to kill you down there. I don't really care for the treasure either, if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
I
Look,
got all the treasure I need.
I understand, especially one who needs secrets that I can understand.
Our kind is riddled with them.
To say the least. Look, I know what you had to do, and honestly, you're not beholden to me or my crew, or my party. So, I understand. I just reacted.
So did I.
But if we were ever to meet again, my party included, maybe you make it up to us then. And I play that same chord.
Okay. And she sees you kind of geared up for it, and she answers right back with like an A.
Oh, nice. Harmony.
Yeah, a little harmony there.
And so
I guessed, by the way.
That's great. That was really good. So I take the lute and I put it on my back. I look at her and I go, "Thank you for the lesson. In more ways than one."
Thank you for the lesson as well.
And then I listen to what made that noise.
Ouch! We should probably get out of this room.
We should.
And
So he rolled a natural 1. He falls down the stairs too. So I walk up with her,
all right.
satiated in my rage,
Okay.
and I try to find
All right.
these
Cut
lovely
to
people.
you two. Ouch!
Ow!
Stubbed your toe.
Yeah, I feel like we're probably trying to get the makeup or the clothes back on Mugsy. This
You
point.
drop him on your foot.
I dropped him on you.
Yeah, I can't hold it. What do you think?
He's 40 pounds, right?
He's about 40 pounds.
Yeah, so then I just lifted him. And
Yeah.
It's a
Well, I mean, 40 pounds directly dropped on your foot would be.
On a foot, yeah.
Like
Like
a few
Jingle's,
bones in
yeah,
your
Jingle's arms are not built for carrying. They're built
They're
for
built for being
elegance.
fabulous.
They're built for it.
Great. So yeah, I feel like we're probably just trying to get Mugsy back somewhat sailor-fied, just
Okay.
so that we can sailify.
Now, the makeup has been kind of smeared a little bit. You still see the fleshy color on him, but
That's your...
That's it. Yeah, I'm. What do you think I can't hold him. I'll do the makeup. and
Actually,
you guys do
was
the
as
rest.
I recall, last time
Did you
it was
take him and
both.
make him look-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I can do that.
Both of
Okay.
you go ahead and roll. You for your disguise kit, and you for.
I can prestidigitate, or I can.
No. This is gonna be a check.
Okay.
Oh.
Actor. I have the actor.
Okay.
Do you?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So that's hopefully going to come in soon. Oh well, that's all right.
What is
That's-
there
Or
a
not.
modifier?
it's a
on
little
that?
cocked, but that's pretty much a
Um,
Just a
7.
straight roll.
No,
My
it-
disguise kit?
Your disguise should be at least a dexterity, if not because you're proficient in it,
Yeah.
right? So yeah,
I'm pretty
it'd
sure
be
it's a dex.
your dex and then your
Okay.
Proficient.
proficiency.
Okay. Then 12.
12. Okay.
And mine is a grand total of 9.
All right.
Okay.
Not as good as the last time. The smeared
I was
makeup
under pressure.
is kind of still
The humidity
there.
makes it very
Yeah,
hard to put
exactly.
on makeup.
The salty air. You kind of like when you
You made him look
remove.
like a tart with like this lipstick like, out of the way, eyeliner's all fucked
It's
up.
just
Give him
a
a
little-
beauty mark.
Just
It's kind of smeared a little bit.
It's a beauty mark, but it's unintentional. Yeah, it's all sorts of kind of like it. For the lack of a better word, I hope this is not going to look weird on stream, but it's like you know,
A little
it's
off
a
kilter.
little misshapen.
It's like the fresco that was repainted in Spain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes. Fresco Jesus.
Yes.
A
Fresco
little
Jesus.
off.
It's a little off. You know, it's all
That's
actually.
his new name, by the way, Fresco
Fresco,
Jesus.
Fresco Jesus.
Fresco
the
G's.
eyeliner itself is kind of just like moved up a little bit. The eyes are stationary and they're somewhat symmetrical,
It's just a
but
little-
it's just the makeup itself that kind of has a weird like.
He's like,
If you had 3D glasses, it
We're
would
on
look
a
amazing.
boat. I'm rocking back and forth. I cannot work in these conditions.
That's true.
I'm
You
gonna
were not
diva out and
initially
walk to the other side of the room.
Diva.
Perhaps we should keep him in the quarters.
Maybe that would be for the best.
I'll hang out with him.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
where
hang
are
out
you
with
guys?
Mugsy, and I'm gonna
from
read
now?
my book of knots.
Now, while we're here, maybe we should get an idea.
Where is here? I'm not here, by the way.
While we
Just
are,
your voice.
yeah, we're just gonna talk a lot of shit about Donath right now. God, that guy,
I don't know
stupid
anything.
elf.
Hey!
Sorry, wait a second. I forgot.
Literally everyone besides you.
Know your audience.
Fucking racist!
Every time. But maybe we should talk about the situation when we land. What should we tell Captain? Because I have a feeling I understand the disturbing way in which your brain works, and I realize that we're probably going to have a bit of deception ahead of us in the near future. So how do we want to prepare ourselves for said...
Just play along.
Gil,
It'll be
can I
fine.
use Theonosis now, or do I have to wait until I'm like in battle
Wait,
for that?
Is that the woe and wheel?
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
roll for
I'll allow it.
improv?
What are you going to do with it?
Yes,
Augury.
and.
Okay. How are you going to...
Woe and wheel.
Well, Neil, what is your question?
I want to know whatever Trixie has planned. How is that gonna pan out?
So the way
Damn.
Augury works,
Damn.
it's more of an
Yeah.
immediate answer.
Okay.
What you're asking about is kind of far off into the
Okay.
future. You
Can I
guys
ask-
making landfall.
Can
in
I
Quintessa.
ask like? Okay, this isn't like. Can I ask what would be a good plan? Can I get advice from Augury?
It's
Ask Augury.
Ask again later.
Damn it! This thing's broken.
damn 8-ball.
That's what it is. Just
Legit, it's
Magic
just
ball.
like a little 8-ball.
Sorry. Thanks for
Oh.
shaking,
I
shaking
specifically-
precipitously.
Yeah, I poked the holes in them specifically so they had like a little flat spot where they would always roll back
noticed
to
that.
just in
That's
case.
pretty good.
Fantastic.
So,
Well job. Good
but
job.
don't put it to the test.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, oh, great.
Afterwards, we'll play soccer with them. It'll be great.
That's right. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good.
So I am still wandering the ship looking for them. I'll come
Sure.
in whenever you say so.
It as you go to kind of like kneel down, you think that maybe this might not be the exact
Okay.
type of spell there. However, you do have prayer.
Okay. Well then can I remove myself for a few minutes and then I will be right back to finish this conversation with you.
Oh, yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
I'm gonna
We'll,
go ask for advice from a higher source.
she's doing the god thing.
In the meantime, while she does that, I will tell my plan after you're done to Jingles on what I was thinking we could do.
Okay.
See what Jingles thinks.
Run.
As soon as we get to port,
Teach these
take the
bozos
money and
to
run.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm
Trip
gonna go
done, I should
find
go.
a quiet
Okay.
area of the barracks and not barracks.
Right.
Boat.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah,
The
brig,
ships.
big ship, yeah.
Wherever the quarters are, there we go.
I go back to the island and pray there.
I walk
That was
on
quiet.
water with my really heavy armor.
She's praying. We're
Yes.
like, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
That guy again.
No.
Just seemed to fit there.
Don't you worry, there's going to be an NPC
They're both
pretty
doing
soon.
the god
Yeah.
thing. Okay. You find a relatively quiet area. You hear the footsteps above on deck of the sailors, kind of getting everything
That's
ready.
fine as long as no one, like, there aren't people, like, sitting there and watching me. I'm cool.
Okay. Yeah, there aren't. You can either use her room and close it off, or just find a different area there. It seems like all the sailors are kind of up on deck
Okay.
anyway, getting the rigging in
Okay.
place. So you have an area to yourself.
Okay.
It's not quiet.
Oh, that's fine.
And you're like 8 feet tall. You can chase anybody out of
That's
wherever
true.
the hell you
I
want.
could just be like,
She gets taller and taller every time. You're like 20 feet tall.
Every
so
time I level up, I get a foot taller.
Oh God.
It's gonna be like Ando in the end.
Yes.
But you don't actually gain like any weight, so it's just like a lanky little.
It's like when you use the the vertical instead of the diagonal
but
stretch
then I
on,
can, like,
on
like-
images. Yeah.
Crap!
Damn it!
Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
yeah.
Go. So you find yourself a quiet spot. You gather out your materials. Maybe what do you have as far as?
I have my
your holy symbol.
my holy
Right.
symbol, and then I have the coin that the high priestess gave me at the temple. I think, and then just my sword. Those are really the only 3 things that I have.
Okay. Now, I believe you gave up one of your medallions.
I did give up one of my medallions.
Okay.
To the
Dwarf
Dwarf
guy.
King.
Correct.
King, yeah.
So, how many do you have on you currently?
Just one,
Just one.
Mhm.
And then you have the coin.
and then I have the coin.
Okay. All right. So you kind of prepare yourself there.
All right. Wise one, I need your advice. So, as I'm sure you have discerned, my party and I, got into a situation based on a deception, and I would just like your counsel on how to fairly resolve this.
Kill Trixie.
No, Don Ash.
Donash, get out of here!
I leave.
Did you finish up?
Yes.
All right. Okay. You finish up, and no immediate answer, obviously, as she doesn't just
Mhm.
talk directly back to you. It's not a phone call. But
Should be.
Hi, Lene. So sorry I missed your call earlier.
I was so busy with other godly things. Also, why did you call me collect? Use the fucking coin, you cheap ass. Sorry.
oh god, I wonder if we have any viewers that
Exactly.
even know
Yeah.
about collect.
God.
Oh, right?
Dial 1.
Oh,
then
yeah,
Google?
we're gonna date
Yeah.
ourselves. We're gonna
10,
date
10,
ourselves.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
8, 6, 7.
5, 3, 0.
I had a legit
You
nightmare about that.
finish up your ritual. You gather your things again. You put your holy symbol back, and you get up. All right. You can still hear all the commotion up top as the sails are starting to kind of like now billow in the wind, and it's an audible sound even from below deck. You can kind of feel the ship somewhat begin lurching. They're getting underway. And for those of you who are also below deck, you hear a few shouts above the deck, calling out various commands, and you also feel the ship begin to kind of lurch forward. There's a difference in the way the boat kind of rocks back and forth. It's got a yeah, no, the chair.
It's fucking
perfect.
great. It's fantastic. We should never leave this boat.
And the way the ship crashes back and forth, you can tell you guys are now underway, and every now and then a sailor will kind of move down the hallways. What are you guys going to be doing here?
You're talking about a plan, right?
Yeah, we're.
Yeah,
we're
I was going to
okay.
discuss
So,
with him the
we-
plan.
Eventually, I
I'm-
will
yeah.
knock on their door, but
Okay,
with
go
that
ahead.
plan.
Yeah, I'm listening to whatever ungodly plan this is.
Literally.
So the Duke seems to be a very jovial type, but somewhat old, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he definitely has a thing for Donash.
How old was the Duke-ish, if we were to guess?
The Duke.
Is he human?
Yeah, he's human.
Okay.
I would say he's probably late 50s.
That's
I
a
think
little.
what I-
That's relatively old for medieval fantasy, right?
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Yeah, he's doing super well. Okay.
In my
that's great.
experience, old men tend to be a little forgetful. So I was thinking perhaps we could just convince him that he did send us on this mission and that he forgot. but that we did a very good thing and we saved Randall just like he told us to do. I hope it works.
And how,
That's a high
out of
persuasion roll.
out of curiosity, yes, how
Or deception.
how do you plan on it? Because don't forget that Randall is, his advisor.
But what does Randall know? As far as Randall knows, the Duke could have sent us after him, right?
This is D&D, motherfucker.
I mean, as long as the Duke is
guess we
convinced that
can't
he
really-
thinks he sent us, then Randall isn't going to be able to tell him that he didn't send us, right? Because Randall wouldn't know either.
Oh dear God!
And all Randall knows is that we saved him, technically speaking, which is exactly what the Duke told us to do.
Well, Trixie, I think that
Should I tell the others, or should they play along?
You're-
You hear an outdoor.
who is
One
it?
second!
The-
Should we tell the others, or should we just tell them to play along?
Oh boy. Oh, this is a devil's advocate right here. So my thought is, if we tell them right now,
They might not be on board,
they're
right?
probably not going to be on board.
Even
if
though it's
we-
a fantastic plan. Okay, enough said. I'm sorry, yes, who is it?
It's me, Leo Trisha.
Oh, yes. Come in.
And I walk in.
Okay, shut the door.
Okay. And I shut the door. What the fuck's going on?
We're hanging out in here.
Yeah, just hang on.
Hylene was going to pray and see if she could come up with any thoughts on how we should deal with the situation when we get back. So we're just waiting for her to return.
Yeah, do you
So
have?
we're gonna do a whole kind of group thing here then. Discuss what we need to do.
Yeah, do you have any ideas? Any
Well, I kind of figured, since we're going to be going on trial against the Duke, well, we're going to be going on trial to the Duke against Randall's word, which I'm sure is going to be quite haughty, if we know him any well.
Well, it's only if Randall gets back before us.
What are you insinuating?
Well, no, I mean, like, as long
Oh.
as we see the Duke before Randall sees the Duke, and we know where Randall is, then
This is true.
that
He does have
could work
most of
in our
his
favor.
his crew, though, and the ship Quintessa is quite fast.
how much of his crew does he have?
You're on-
we're tethered to him, aren't
Yeah, I
we?
was.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
was gonna
tethered
say-
to it. No.
Oh,
So
but we're-
what the
They're
captain
following us in,
mentioned,
though. I think.
they're gonna basically go a tandem. They're gonna try to keep
Sure.
close proximity as they move back down, just to kind of keep the numbers up, so to speak, in case there are any other pirate incursions and whatnot.
Got it.
But they're not going to be anywhere necessarily really close to each other. Probably a good, maybe 100 feet away from.
Well, in
each
that
other.
case, back in character. Well, that's not a terrible plan at all, actually. Perhaps we distract Randall and one of us heads to the Duke first and parlays or makes a few jokes.
Maybe, yeah, just throwing this out there, but I feel like you seem to have really hit it off with old Dookie over there, and I feel like it might be a good idea if you were present to kind of lift his spirits and that sort of thing.
Fair enough, I can do that. So as soon as we land then, I can go head straight to the Duke with some kind of random... I'll think of something on the way.
I have an idea as well. I'd like to go
Oh,
with
great.
you.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think we all know who is best at distracting people here.
You ruffle and it goes with all the bells.
I feel like I should possibly take some sort of offense, but in this case, you're right.
You're just very beautiful.
As usual.
Well,
And then I look at you and I go, are you back?
Not yet.
Okay.
still praying.
All right. Well, then, I guess that's as good a plan as any. I mean, so it sounds like you're coming with me to the Duke. We distract him before, or just kind of keep him in good spirits. Jingles will distract Randall and the captain. The captain?
Who is
Knock
it?
on the door.
Helene.
Oh, okay.
I open
Come
the door.
on. Shut the door.
Jesus Christ. Close the door. Okay, so we have a plan.
So,
Trixie has a plan.
did Athena get back to you on that?
The gods operate on their own time,
Uh-huh.
which is not ours. So, hopefully, between now and landfall, I will have some sort of sign or answer.
Wait. Okay.
You hear another
What?
knock on the door.
Oh,
Damn it, is
wait,
there-
one?
Amalthea?
Who is it?
Oh, it's May. I'm Althea.
You just got...
Oh, okay.
One more time.
I
wait,
open
who-
the door.
who-
Yeah.
I'm Althea.
All right. Come on in.
Make a deception roll. I open the door.
All right, it's Amalthea.
Is the wolf?
And the
the
wolf is currently right there with her.
Right. I close the door behind both.
All
of
right.
them.
Now it's a crowded room and it does smell like wolf.
We're all just like, okay, so what is the...
Can I a little just prestidigitation perfume? Just
Ooh, I wouldn't on a wolf.
Well,
not on the wolf. This is just like the Febrezing
roll
the air.
me a d20. Just no modifier.
My God.
All right.
Are you gonna turn back into a plant?
Oh, that's not good. That's
Yeah, he turns to a really
That's a
fragrant
6.
rose.
6 total.
that's a 6.
He goes to do the prestidigitation, and a little bit of the previous spell kind of
Oh,
lingers,
no!
but he's added the rosy,
Great.
like lavender
Get
scent
out
to it.
of my room!
You've had
And-
potpourri to shit. Also.
You kind of forgot to turn off the spigot, so to speak. It's not as bad as what you let loose in the brig. However, it just has a weird
Smells like
tinge.
candied trash.
Jingles, what did
Oh
you
god,
want?
and it's rising.
I'm sorry.
I need to
It's
go.
right there.
I open the door,
Yeah,
I'm very
pull the
sensitive to
ascot
smell.
up over my face.
Camille the wolf is just...
and I go, "You tell them the plan." And I get out and I shut the door.
It's like hot boxing.
Yeah, essentially. Dutch oven the entire party. Congratulations, you have my inspiration.
You hear on the door.
I open the door.
Camille runs out.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
sit
she's
down.
doing this.
I sit down. I start to kind of pet her if I can. I always turn my hand
Yeah,
first.
so you try it, and she stops doing this a little bit, and then
I slowly. And nope.
and her nose gets really close to you, and she begins to smell you.
Yep.
Sniff you all the way up and down, and then leaves a little bit.
I just retract. I'm just kind of numb.
You got to keep your hand.
She's not looking at you, but she's making this noise. Just
Got it.
Okay, Trixie, you want to go ahead and tell them the plan?
I have a plan. Jingles is going to distract Randall, and we're just going to try to get to the Duke before Randall does, and I will try something, and Don Ash is going to keep him in good spirits with jokes, because they're buddy-buddy.
Because we're buddy. I say through the door.
Oh, were you outside the door? I'm
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
just
Oh,
outside the
wolf
door.
Yeah, he's
outside the
just
door.
listening in.
Okay.
Amalthea and Hylian are now with you.
Okay.
I have my ear.
Oh,
against
well, if
them.
the wolf's outside of the door, Trixie's also going to make the comment to Amalthea. So the wolf's not going to be sleeping with us, right? In our quarters?
Of course she is.
Is that
What's wrong with her?
For, well,
why
we're still
wouldn't it?
keeping up pretenses, and they,
I think
He
we've
smells
lost
like
that, to be
wolf.
honest. I think we were no longer in that realm anymore.
do you want to take that chance?
No. My wolfie.
I'll trade you rooms.
Yeah.
I'll trade you rooms. It's fine. Wait a second. Is
You're-
this the room that's gonna?
Yeah.
I
So
keep my comment to myself.
You also don't have a room.
no, you just
We'll
leave
deal with that
another
later.
fragrant
Is it
perfume
okay if I
scent.
leave? Because it's rising and I'm tall. And this is not fun.
Yes, I'm going to leave. I think we've settled what we're going to do when we get there.
I go, out she go!
And I'll keep you up to date if I
Thank you.
hear anything. And I leave really quickly.
And I close the door behind me. And I move over so you can lean on the door. Good lord,
So-
right?
Dear God.
Dear, your god is correct.
Now, recall that you
It's a
have
word that could come out
a
of a
few
finger.
magical items on your
Mhm.
possession. All the
Oh,
gold.
I haven't forgotten.
The gold is still in that room, along with, I believe, 3 items: the
Yes.
spear, the ring, and another one. And I think it was the brooch.
It was
but
the brooch. We gave the brooch away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Get that
through the
back.
door I go, alright, well I think you still have business with the captain, correct?
I think we need to settle our debt, yes?
Now? Or while you and I are headed towards the Duke?
No, before, because we don't want the captain to follow us, feeling like he hasn't gotten his fair share. We need to
you
settle
have
up
to
with
be
the
there
Duke.
to right, you have
And
to be
then-
there. Damn
So we need to do that before. But we've got some time, right?
Yeah, we've got how many days before we
You
dock?
think-
4.
4? No. It takes about. It took you guys a good deal to get there. Now you guys moved up the
Yeah.
coast, and then you made your way west.
Mhm.
The scenic route.
So currently, you
Less
guys try to
dragon.
avoid the large hurricane that is kind of in the middle of the ocean there, and you have to. You notice that those of you who are maybe going up top deck as you get out, you watch the island move away, but you guys are kind of heading in the southeastern heading. If I were to give you an actual heading, it would be around 140 degrees from true north.
I would like to poke my head out also and talk to Dawn Ash and say, by the way, perhaps you should speak with Ada and make sure that we are steering clear of the dragon turtle on the way back as well, as we did on the way here. I'm assuming she knows, but
I'm
that could
also
be a disaster.
assuming, but it's never good to assume, right?
That's my thoughts.
Fair enough. I will go talk to Ada. In the meantime, shall we go ahead and gather everything we need and go talk to the captain?
I think let's give it a day for everyone to mull it over. We'll talk with them tomorrow. We've got some time on the ship, right?
Yeah, we do. Fair enough.
Let everyone calm down. It's been a bit of an adventure.
Okay. By your word, Lady Trisha. I bow and I leave.
Amalthea leaves also to join her wolf.
All right. Is there a lock on the door?
On your door?
Yeah.
It's not really. It's like a deadbolt kind of thing. Like you can move a little lever back and forth.
But it keeps the door shut.
Yeah,
Make a
yeah.
cloud of like scent before someone walks
No
in.
one
They'll
wants
leave
to
real
come in
quick.
anyway.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and shut that, and then I will ask Jingles for some help.
Again,
in identifying
Trixie?
objects.
Oh, with that. Okay.
She's
all right.
going to start with the golden chalice,
It's a copper chalice.
the copper chalice. I knew that. I even wrote it down.
She's practicing
She
her
wanted to-
deception.
she
She's practicing her
wanted to
deception
do
rolls.
Damn. Did decept the
I'm going to convince the
DMs.
chalice that it's gold.
You were gold, damn it.
All right.
Jeez. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So
you
I'll
can
be.
do these ritual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do these ritual if
All
she's got time. Then I'll,
You sit down and you begin to
Yeah,
kind of weave your magic here and there. You begin to notice a faint glow on Jingles' hands, and your goblet.
That actually surprised me. I was like, oh,
This
shit.
wondrous copper goblet has a small dent in the side. Oh, it's not perfect. And as a result, the enchantment placed was skewed, and instead of producing wine twice per day, it produces gruel. All right.
what is the name of it?
It's
Just
food, yeah.
goblet of gruel.
Goblet of gruel.
It's a copper goblet that is somewhat adorned, but you can notice now as you kind of take note of it, there is a large ding on the side.
Yeah.
People
It was
gave that
facing
dragon
the other
some
way.
messed up gifts.
They
They're
really.
not even cursed. They're just like someone fucked up the augury. They're like, this is a mess up. Give it to the dragon.
You don't know.
It became like a saying in the town. Give it to the dragon. It's all the
Oh, I
fuck
can
ups.
use that.
Endless kittens.
Next,
My
Yeah,
husband's
well-
just a cuckold. Give it to the dragon.
I
Dragon.
hand over the black blade,
what the
not the
clothes
shadow
are.
blade, but the
Where the
thick
heck
black
did
one that was
you
cemetery.
get that?
The large make a wisdom saving throw.
Huh.
Ooh.
Man, I got all the cursed items.
Yeah, you showing off to Jingles. Look what happened.
Hi,
Oh,
wisdom. Hold on, 6.
Okay, you go to reach for it. You don't wish to show him.
All right, let's try the next curse.
So,
Magic glove.
out of curiosity, where are you storing this, Trixie?
I don't know. I'm assuming on my back.
Yeah, she's got a.
Just
everyone has
hanging
like
out, just like
everyone has like a backpack.
okay.
Of sorts. So,
So is it a big?
it's probably like maybe that big of a blade.
Okay, all right.
Wait, is this
So
the
it's
one
not.
that disappeared when she grabbed
No.
it?
No,
Oh.
this is the
I got several
yeah.
blades.
It's
She,
like-
she was kind of like doing this motion.
With weapons. Oh, great, yeah.
I know.
Just
With
sharp
cursed
edge.
weapons.
So this one's like
That's
a
a
big
necklace.
obsidian
Like our
thing
leader.
strapped to her back, though.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that you don't really notice it, but she's got enough clothing on her that it hides. She hides it. pretty
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to try to show him the mist magic gloves.
You already failed that saving throw.
So I can't show anyone ever?
Not to say you can't. Okay. Well. You already did it this day. You already tried to
Oh,
put
okay.
it
Still the same
yeah,
day, okay.
yeah.
That's fair. And then I believe I took a dagger.
A dagger and a key.
And a key, yeah. I'm thinking a key for last.
Do you have to roll?
I don't
again?
have to roll. I just like rolling.
She's just ready. She's just ready for the wisdom.
Look at this ring!
I think they're
All
all
right,
cursed.
so
The,
this one
the
is-
dagger you pull out. It's got a dark handle, and it's very nice. It's
Ooh.
very sharp.
Do you want to read it?
Hush.
Oh.
That was for you guys. Now the name of the dagger. Hush, the dagger. This dark-handled blade is sleek and small. When dealing the killing blow on a creature, it closes all wounds, and the creature appears to be alive still. It also muffles the sound created by this strike.
Very interesting.
Perfect for assassins, which we don't have in this party, so I'll hang on to this one.
These are all Trixie's things.
Says Trixie.
Some of
in
them
the
are
third person.
And then last but not
That's
least,
amazing.
I will check out this
The
key.
key.
This key, it's dark, it's metal, iron. You're not sure what kind of make it is, and you go to identify it. It comes off as magic, but no information off of it.
Oh.
Rusty key. A rusty key. Thanks, Gil.
May give tetanus?
Super magical.
It may grant the owner tetanus. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try and open every lock in the future.
Well, Trixie,
It's the
you
key to your heart.
might want to keep an eye on this one.
I will.
There's some sort of magic tied to it, but I can't, for the life of me, I cannot figure out what type of magic it is. It's
it's tricky.
it's tricky. Yes, it's very much like you. Yes.
Take it away.
It's tricky, like
Is
Trixie.
that everything?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll unlock the door. I'll let you out now.
Thank you.
And to be honest, I'm going out now too.
Oh, that's
Mugsy is
amazing.
still kind of in there.
Constitution.
Doesn't breathe, so
Yeah, he's
fine.
good. Oh no, Mugsy, come out! It's gonna get into your
He's
clothes.
gonna
Come here,
smell.
come here. Yeah, we don't want a smelly Mugsy.
Does that how Mugsy looks?
Kurt.
No.
We don't want a smelly Kurt. No. We don't want a smelly Kurt. Okay.
It allows you to kind of pet him.
Yes, I'm gonna good boy.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
How was Skeet in that whole
Oh, God,
smell-
yeah, that's-
smell situation?
poor
Where
guy.
is Skeet? Is he still with Ada?
Currently, no, he's moved over back onto you, so he's.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you,
Your clothing.
he's in your little pocket. He's on one of your side
It's like,
pockets.
dear God,
Mhm.
give me
Hey.
away.
I pick him up and I just go, "It's all right, friend. I got you." And I just kind of like give him love that he deserves.
Poor Skeet.
I know.
Forgotten
And I
fairy.
put him on my shoulder.
He's not
Okay.
forgotten.
The
It's his nickname.
the chef that night calls out that he's got a crab dinner from.
No.
Basically, while you guys were down there, he goes and explains that he and a few of the other sailors that were on the ship were basically catching crabs, keep them in a little cage, and then they've now grilled them, cooked them, and served them up.
Is Ada nearby?
She eventually reaches the mess hall there. Yes.
And I take her aside real quick and go, "You remember the crabs, right? Hard to miss.
Yeah,
in the well.
I know.
We thought that maybe wherever the water was coming from might be connected to the dragon turtle, right?
That was my thought. Yes.
We're not headed to maybe near where these crabs came from, are we?
I mean, we reached far away from the island itself. These were caught on the island. Is that what you're worried about?
I was just worried that
They're
maybe they
also-
were fishing near where we might come into trouble.
They're also different colored. I noticed the ones down there were a little bit darker blue.
I don't
Blue
know what that
shade.
is.
Uh,
Just kidding.
she just kind of like, good one. But no, these are different. These are
Fair
caught
enough.
on the shore in that little bay.
Okay, so we are headed away from
I mean,
potential danger.
Now you're making me worried.
Well, I don't mean to worry. I just, like the other Trish is just trying to be cautious and trying to make sure that we're headed.
Our heading is at southeast heading. I should avoid most of the area, but I mean, yeah, we're gonna have
How long do you think before masthead or Quintessa?
maybe 5 days.
All right, 5 days of worrying then.
Enjoy your crab. And she kind of like very timidly just pokes at it and just
Yeah.
kind of makes sure that it's dead. And
Right. I healing word it in her mouth. I'm just kidding.
That'd be fantastic, though. Oh my god.
it's beyond dead, so it wouldn't even work. But
Right.
Oh my god. If any
No,
of you.
the exception in the book says it can reanimate crabs. Weird exception.
Oh, weird. Okay, I'll look at
Just
that.
crabs.
Helene, you might be able to get like what is it, revive dead or
Level 17, I get
Oh
raised
my
dead.
raise dead. Okay,
That might be
yeah.
awesome
Use
in the
it for
future.
petty things like that. Just
Or like distraction. That'd be
you, Trixie.
insane. Okay.
Army
Okay.
of undead crabs.
So as
Yes.
the guys make your way over to the
Forthia.
mess hall there, you notice that the room completely smells like a cooked crab,
Fantastic.
and maybe a few of your appetites are piqued up.
had enough
I am-
weird smells today.
Now
It's
that I
a
know,
good smell. He's got a little.
Oh, this
bit
is
of
a
like
good one. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
This is a
it's
good
it's a
cooking
good
smell.
smell.
man.
Okay, all right. Just
Yeah.
making sure.
How big are these?
There's
like
good and
Dungeness crabs?
bad.
They're huge.
No. They are. I mean, they're decent in size. Each person can get one, complete one, and fill you up. Onda will take about 3 or 4.
I take mine. I'm very hungry, and I like precisely, and then.
Go and roll. Go and roll a performance check. Actually,
Okay. God, 7 with
Break
this
your hand.
die.
you do break it, and as you punch
my hand.
Oh my
No.
god.
I can break it.
Can I hold up the tablecloth?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and make a reaction. Just roll me a d20,
shit.
a dexterity roll,
Oh,
a saving throw actually.
Oh, yeah, save that
that's
dice.
a 17.
Okay,
You
so
have a dice tray.
Yeah. It's to hold the
it's
dice,
full with
Amber.
dice.
It is full with dice.
He's gonna need to upgrade to one of these larger ones
Yeah.
Yeah, we can roll a coconut in it.
Ooh, that is legit.
What'd you
It
roll,
actually fits a
coconut?
coconut.
Yeah.
No, what are you doing?
You go to punch the crab, and you break it. You send one of the legs flying off in Jingle's direction, and he's already got his his little fabric there. The tablecloth kind of rolled up, hits the cloth, rolls down again onto the table now because he's kind of held it up. You felt something kind of hit the your side of the.
I don't look up, and I just pretend that that's exactly what I was trying to do, and I just start to eat.
I'm just
Very,
laughing.
very like miserly, like a monk would.
I'm just laughing and
All right.
nicely with my manners.
As you guys
My
enjoy the
crab.
evening's meal, that's where we're going to take a break. And
All right.
the giveaway for the 6-ounce
Cantrip candle.
Yeah. Crab Kitchen is the scent you can
Oh
go
god.
I'll talk to Christoph. Maybe we can work out something for that. Crab
like,
Kitchen.
no.
It's just a tin of crab meat. It's not even like a candle.
No, you're not.
And a wick.
All right, guys. Remember to be active in chat for the giveaway. There are some rules that apply, so that will also be listed in there because California is weird. But anyway, yeah, be active in chat, and we'll come back in a short while. And
See you then.
yeah, good.
There was never any question as to whether or not Hylene Leodon would live her life in service to Athena, for Athena's will has shaped her family's destiny since ancient times. Her father is the only child of Ariadne Galanili, one of the most revered high priestesses in recent Atheni history. Being Ariadne's only known female descendant, it was assumed Hylene would follow in her footsteps and become a high priestess. But Athena, being all-knowing and wise, envisioned a different path for her. Hylene was summoned to the temple in her 100th year, and having no useful skills to bring to Calenduin, her childhood home, she accepted and entered the Atheni seminary. Sadly, her performance as a priestess in training was disappointing. It was not until Hylene met Shalia, a paladin in the Wise One's service, that she felt something stir in her, a deep feeling that this was the path she was supposed to travel. Though it was unprecedented for a Galanili descendant, Hylene broke with the seminary and apprenticed under Shalia for 10 years. Now she ventures into the world to impart Athena's wisdom, and to protect civilization from those who would seek to destroy it.
Ashes fell from the sky as the shrieks traveled on the breeze. Weeping children offered their still beating hearts to the drow boy and his warrior mother as their tears sizzled on the cinders at their feet. The city fell, embers filled the night, and Donash awoke. His eyes irritated him from beneath his blindfold, but to remove it would break his vow. The vision that woke him from his trance was as bright as the fires it had shown. It was time to end his self-imposed solitude. In an effort to atone for his sins, Donash shed the Underdark and his name to be reborn beneath the bright Tremahian sun. After the murder of his mother, a blinding rage overtook his mind and he tore his hometown asunder. For a century, he had exiled himself in the Waikatura Mountains to hone his mind and spirit to never fall to such rage again. It was the vision that showed him how selfish his exile had been. No matter how much control Donash had over his own spirit, others would fail to squelch their rage and the innocent would fall prey once again. So from that day on, Donash left the mountain and began traveling from town to town, sharing meals with strangers and reveling in the joys of their stories and humor. He left his brooding self behind in that cave and chose to liven up taverns with jests and song. Adapting to his new lifestyle well, he realized the true way of how to prevent those from making the same mistake he had made long ago, and that was to keep tankards raised high and everyone's spirits raised higher.
Amalthea should have had the world at her feet. Her mother was a purebred elf, a promising young woman of wealth and favor. But her mistake was to fall in love beneath her station. Her passionate night with a wandering ranger, a human, left her with child and spurned by society. She managed to keep the semblance of an ordinary life, but Amalthea quickly became the target of bullying, stares, whispers, and giggles anywhere she went. In response, she became an outcast, a thief, a creature of the night. The generations have a way of repeating themselves, and during a long night at her favorite tavern, a ranger, half-elven like herself, stole her heart at a glance. She left with him the next morning to learn the art of hunting and tracking, as well as the humbling experience of unrequited love. The night he finally became her lover, he was killed in a sudden attack by a dragon, and her life descended into darkness once again. Not knowing where to turn or what to do, rage and fire burning in her heart, she stumbled upon this motley crew.
Altricia the half-elf was born in a prominent house, to a high-born human mother and a nameless elven father, a blazing emblem of a shameful affair. But as with most noble scandals, the affair was quickly and quietly brushed under the rug, and the child was put into the care of the manor staff. With that, Tricia, the orphan, was born. Tricia's true origins were kept a secret from everyone, including her, and she was raised as a maidservant to the daughter of the estate, her half-sister Sharina. As the years passed, the two grew up side by side, never knowing the secret between them. That is until one fateful day when, at her mother's deathbed, Sharina learned the secret of Trisha's birth. Sharina, stunned by the revelation and terrified of what it could mean for her, threw her half-sister out into the night. And it was there, on the cold streets of Masthead, that Trixie the Rogue was born. Trixie had to learn to fend for herself from day one. As a young girl alone in the city, she didn't have the luxury of second chances. As she began to learn the tricks of the trade, she found that her slight frame, doe eyes, and darling smile lent themselves well to a less than lawful lifestyle. While she may not always follow the letter of the law, she will always do what she feels is right. Although, you might want to watch your coin purse.
Master of the Arcane and bounty hunter extraordinaire, John Jingles is half sorcery, half sass, and entirely fabulous. At just over a year old, baby Jingles toddled his way out of the mystical forest and into the arms of the elves. They knew he was going to be trouble after a wave of his hand turned a set of priceless silk curtains into a side-tucked, slim-fit diaper with matching ascot. He blossomed into a confident, eccentric young man, and devilishly handsome, if I do say so myself. But John's gift for the arcane was truly extraordinary, eventually surpassing even that of the elves, and they bullied him relentlessly for it, until John finally found the courage to fight back. Which, long story short, got him kicked out of town and into a traveling acting troupe, where he spent his nights cold and hungry, wondering what his purpose was in this lonely world. But hey, I'm being a Debbie Downer. You don't want to hear about the sad bits. You want to hear about the fun stuff like catching bad guys and making money, right? Thought so. One day while performing, John saw a thief steal an old man's coin purse, and all at once, something in him awakened. In a flash, he leapt from the stage in hot pursuit, and after a dramatic chase through the city streets, John magically catapulted a watermelon right at the crook's head. With the bad guy caught, the crowd cheering, and a fat sack of reward money in hand, it suddenly became clear that our young adventurer had at long last found his calling. John fluffed his ascot, popped his collar, and set off to become the bedazzled bounty hunter hero Tremahia deserved.
The tavern.
Welcome.
We have a winner in chat. Nemtrax, congratulations, you
Nim?
won
A crab candle.
a crab kitchen candle.
Dungeness crab candle.
No, we'll
the best kind of crab.
go ahead and make
so
sure.
sad when he doesn't get a crab candle.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Or
Or
maybe,
chick.
a
Dude, it's
maybe
gender
crab candle.
neutral.
No crab candle is gonna.
All right,
be,
cancer candle it is.
But yeah, go ahead and message the admin in chat, and we'll try to get you one of these candles hopefully soon. We have yet to have them ourselves, so they're not going to ship right away. Just take note of that.
No. It's
Okay,
going straight
you
to
got it.
going straight to Cantrip that he'll send from there.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right, cool. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Let's get right back into it. So, the party had to deal with the poor little naked Mugsy. They identified a few items that were in Trixie's possession. Just a few of them.
All of them.
Just a few of them. So you guys finished your dinner.
Okay, all done.
And you guys make your way back to your quarters. The night wanes on. Is anyone doing anything individually while they continue forward here?
I'm reading my knots book.
Okay.
I am... Is there... Out of character. Never mind.
Okay, I have
Out
a
of
question.
character, never mind.
I have a question out of character.
Okay.
Would Trixie know about the lock that Amalthea got? I can't remember.
The you were not there.
I wasn't there,
So
so
no.
no one said anything.
So no, yeah, Amalthea hasn't really had a need to bring it out yet, but she's got it currently on her possession.
Okay.
So it would have been probably tucked away. It's small enough that it's it's maybe about that big or so, 3 inches by 2 inches or so.
I can't identify, right? But can I, like, investigate an item that I have on me for interesting qualities?
Which item?
Bellish's locket.
Okay.
So I have Skeet kind of running around my shoulders, and I've been playing on and off the lute, and decided after seeing Skeet and watching him wander around, I remember about the locket, and I pull it out, and I kind of start to look it over, and and it fumbles in my hands into the ocean. So it's a natural one.
Natural one.
Oh, wow.
Shit, dude. Don't ask. Oh, I'm not talking to dude.
I'll do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You go to bring it out, and as you kind of like, you think about it, and it's kind of a hasty motion. So you reach down, you kind of grab it, and get it back again, and you just hold it in your hand.
Can I open it up? What's inside?
You open it up. It doesn't have. It has on the outside. It's got the guild symbol, the guild merchant symbol. On the inside, it just seems to have a like a small mesh, wire mesh, and a weird couple beads in there. They seem to be giving off a little bit of an aroma. But
Are they souls?
No.
Okay.
Nowhere near that. It actually looks like a coffee bean. But the scent is nowhere near as strong. You gather that it's probably a really old placement of the beans, or the beans themselves.
Beans?
Beans. They're like, yeah. They're,
Not beads, beans with an N.
They're bead-like, and essentially they're coffee beans.
Oh, they are coffee beans.
But they are in a bead-like shape, so they're not normal coffee.
Okay. So
But they have a little bit. You get your nose right up in there, and that's all you're able to discern.
Okay. So I'm gonna just hold it up to Skeet and see what he does.
Okay. Skeet sees it. And, he just begins to kind of smell it a little bit. He looks back at you and kind of
And I
rolling
hold
around.
a coffee or one of those beads.
It's
beads.
actually in the locket itself.
Oh, okay.
You have to completely open it up if you want to reach at them.
Would that break it?
It doesn't seem like it has an easy access. Like
Okay.
it's kind of meant to be there. Perhaps that's why it is an old set. It wasn't able to easily be removed.
So I'm going to snap it shut and put it around my neck.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take Skeet and put him right in the crook of my lap.
Okay.
Try to play a very soft melody. And then once he falls asleep, I go into my meditation.
Okay.
And I take a long rest.
All right. You take your 4-hour long rest, and Skeet does in fact. He's a little fidgety at first, but as your notes tend to emanate from your lute and into the room, the calming music that played, Skeet eventually gets a little weary.
So cute, I love that. Okay. I'm happy. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm asleep. Or I'm at meditation.
Okay. Everyone else?
I think, yeah.
Do we
Are
have the
you?
vase? Do I have the vase? Does Alfie have the vase?
I have the vase of endless kittens.
Alright. So I'm gonna go to sleep.
Well, the vase is. I think Amalthea had it initially, but
yeah, she had it
you have it
initially,
in the room. I would imagine.
Is it in my room?
She
oh,
probably.
I want to play with kittens.
Oh, okay. All right. We can play with kittens.
You're not in my room. Fine, you can come in my room and play with kittens.
Did you allow Camille to enter your chamber? Okay.
Oh God. Don't wait. Is she in there? Oh, but she saw the kittens to begin with, right? Never mind. You're fine. I will shut up. I got worried.
They're gonna poof anyways. I'm not concerned. I'm gonna play with them either way.
Yeah, we were kidding more kittens from another town.
So yeah,
Fine.
as long as
Fine.
as long as
Sounds like
the
a 10
wolf
minutes of
does not
happiness.
eat my little magical, almost quasi-illusory kittens, I am going to dump some out.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna-
As soon as
It's
you
Mugsy
do
with
that, Camille does kind of.
Zip, up, up.
And like 2 or 3 kittens kind of pop out. And Amalfi immediately grabs one. And the wolf goes right up to her and wants to grab it. Let's see if it. Okay. You watch as this wolf go right over the head of this kitten. It disappears immediately. Camille! No!
Bad dog!
Bad dog!
Wouldn't it be bad wolf?
See what I said?
Bad thing.
And Camille just
Fucking monster.
and goes into a corner and near the door actually and just.
Yeah, that's right. We're all very disappointed in you.
Prestidigitate the smell.
Not in my room, no. No.
All right.
Things are fucking kidding.
Camille looks at Amalfi once more and he just kind of slowly walk towards her, very, very low to the ground, and just kind of like puts her neck near her shin of her leg.
No more eating kittens?
I want another one. You just give a little pop. Yeah, a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, all right. And,
Just enough for like a kitten or two.
And you guys notice now.
Not 1.5, 1 or 2.
You guys notice that
Is Mugsy with us? Is he playing with kittens?
Mugsy's here, yeah.
He's here. He's
just
not
covering
playing with
kittens.
He's
They're
just
just
like-
covering and licking
in my
it.
head, he's playing with kittens.
Out of curiosity, okay, because I know how cats work. They always go to the thing that either likes them the least or does not pay attention to them.
or moves.
Or moves. So, how do they view Mugsy? Are they...
They actually don't really.
They don't
notice
really...
it.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scratching post, to be honest. But
Can I-
but you guys, probably grabbed them individually and not really allowing it any
Yeah.
kind of ground time.
Can I put one just like right on his head?
It just kind of moves around, and you see the little. They're very wobbly. They're very like almost like newborns, if you will.
Oh,
and
they're
little
little.
eyes are like, almost like in little tiny slits and whatnot. And they're
God.
looking around and this one that you
it's
put on
the
top of the
best
head
toy.
has kind of like grabbed
Again.
on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Doesn't really know
It's a toy.
why she was positioned on Mugsy on the very top, but she doesn't want to kind of get down, so she's kind of just grabbing
okay,
it.
alright.
It's like the scene from Small Soldiers. Where it's like licking
You
the-
see
yeah.
Camille's eyes completely just look from kitten to kitten, and just her ears are kind of perked up.
Yep. Camille sees my eyes looking right back to her.
Looks back down on your kitten, doesn't really care about you, and just
Read another one of my kittens, you will never get to play with them again.
and
Fine.
oh, she's fine. Amalfi just pats her on the head. You notice that actually every single kitten that comes out is different from the other. It's not like it's part of a litter. It's a tabby.
Just totally
It's
different.
yeah, exactly. Every single one is just a
Is
little.
there a Sphinx cat?
Not in this batch. No, there's like a
Someday.
tabby, a little bit
Someday we will get a Sphinx.
I don't want to
It's a 1 in a
of
million
sure.
chance.
Sure. The one you get is a muncher.
Oh, okay. And then after playing with them, I'm eventually going to go
Done.
Well,
Out the cabin window.
after 1 minute, they do
Yeah.
poof in your hand. Much like the way the one disappeared, it didn't really have hit points to begin with, so just the one bite
all it
was enough
takes.
to So you imagine
That's
that
all it takes.
they're illusory more than anything else.
Okay, alright.
But they're a fun little treat.
Okay.
So
Alright, now that the cuteness overload has been satisfied, I think we're ready to take a little bit of a rest myself.
That's all I wanted.
okay, you guys make your way to your respective areas for the night. Trixie, as you go and put your head down, gather your blanket and you snuggle up a little bit. You kind of look down to see where Camille is. Camille's kind of curled up. You look over at Amalthea, and she's already kind of just snuggled in herself. Camille's actually has her eyes completely open and just looking back at both of you. And the sleepiness takes you. Your eyes get heavier and heavier. And as soon as you fall asleep, you hear,
She's sleeping.
Make a Constitution check.
Oh man. Wisdom and Constitution. Picked up so many things. Natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah. And
You know that it can't be. Cause you're aware of your body in the bed, so you open your eye a little bit, look around. Nothing else beyond the ordinary. Matthew's asleep. And now you can kind of see that Camilla's kind of just starting to just close her eyes a little bit as well.
Mismatched gloves? Is that you? Sword? She's gonna pretend like she's sleeping now.
Okay. You go and like just, alright. And then close your eyes. Your face is a little stressed as you're trying to actively close your eyes. And you don't hear anything for the rest of the day.
I'm not crazy.
Rejected.
Okay, you guys wake up the next morning and you hear a few bells from down the hall as breakfast is ready. A little bit of the same crab mixed in with a few of the other things that the chef.
Crab cakes Benedict. Let's get some of that.
Sure,
We
why
have
not?
eggs in this bitch?
They did initially. I don't think the eggs would have
How that
lasted.
egg's looking now.
If only I had a vase of endless eggs. Damn it.
Do you want gruel?
Do I want gruel? Are we with each other yet?
No,
Yeah,
that's not a
Damn it, that was
character.
gonna be fun. Okay.
I mean, at some point you guys do make your way over to the mess hall there.
She comes up as I'm saying, "Ooh, do you have eggs?" to the chef. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it.
No, mate. We ran out a long time ago. Sorry.
Crap,
We
you're
have-
fine. Wait, what? What do you have?
We have fruit. It's peaking, so hurry up and eat it.
I smell it.
It looks
Is it like the really sweet, like before it's rotten?
it's got that like it's almost fermenting smell to it. It's just before it gets to that.
Good
That's the
morning!
sweetest. yeah.
And you go
what
ahead.
is it?
Yeah, it gave you an orange.
Okay. I eat it with the skin on, and the skin off. I separate it in my mouth and the rest of it.
All right. The rest of you look at the mess hall and the floor. For the most part, it's kept and swabbed, somewhat daily. So you notice that there are a bunch of little orange peels in weird bite mark shaped.
Donna, you
He's
will clean up after
savages.
yourself. You will clean up after yourself.
I throw it into my hand. I go, alright, fine. And then as she turns away, I throw it on the floor.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess do I notice?
Go ahead and roll a perception.
oh no! Wait! Can I stealth it into her like pouch?
11.
Oh, okay.
Can I? Yeah.
Hold on. Make
You
a
can re-roll that if
sleight
you
of
like.
hand.
It's a
Sleight of
different
hand.
thing.
And you,
Whatever you call.
God, with these dice. It's a 8.
you got 11.
No, sleight of hand. What is it? No, it's a 4.
An obvious attempt.
Six.
Now
We can math, guy.
you're sitting there. You're watching
Can I
him.
try and take a reaction if I notice? And smack
Okay,
his hand?
sure.
notice.
Yeah, it's way too obvious. Like you're pretending to eat, and you see it in the peripheral, and you kind of like does a little like motion, comes back, and begins to underhand under
This
the
is
table.
a
I
blindfolded
would
dude
like to
trying to
smack
like
his
sneak
hand.
Okay.
something into
Smack
a
it.
pouch.
And I
Deal.
look at you and go, and I walk away. I
Did
go,
you
why?
leave it on the ground or do you have it in your hand still?
It's in my hand still.
Okay,
I go,
okay.
why? Take it. I throw it away. And I put it in her pouch.
Another sleight of hand. This time,
Different die, the same outcome. That's an 8. This is actually an 8.
Go ahead and roll perception as you're eating your meal, your breakfast.
Natural 20.
He doesn't even get anywhere near you.
I just put my hand on his head.
You
watch
watch
him
it's like a basketball.
as he retracts his hand. You watch him put it in the other hand, about to head over, and then you
Just like,
I go, fine.
The trash can is that way, Gosh.
And I go over and I look at her and I go, and I throw it away.
It's easy enough. It's one of the large.
I hope so. Yeah.
It's one of the large.
I stuff it into the
roll.
He notices it, also slaps me in the face.
Yeah, you
So
get it into the barrel.
So I look at you and I go, how did you guys sleep? Must be good because you guys are quite astute and attentive right now.
All right. The meal is completed, and a few of you, like Amalfi, will actually head up top deck and help out with the tasks. Anyone else going to do anything?
I will do that as well.
Okay.
I will walk over to Lady Eltrisha, aka Trixie, and I walk over and I go, Are we to do the dealing of the gold and cursed items today?
I think so. Perhaps this evening? Or now, whatever. I think, but the captain may or may not have things to attend to right now. As the day's
I'll leave it
being
in your
started.
You notice that the captain wasn't with you while you guys were all eating. So.
But I think it might be best to do it sooner than later. We don't
Oh,
want
I
to
don't-
be looking at the gold for too long because then you
Yeah.
might be getting your share might be dwindling with every minute that passes.
That's fine. Next time we see him.
Fair enough. I do nothing.
You're not gonna go help?
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna sit down and slowly pick up the orange peels. Which is so slow.
You notice
Gosh,
that
a
Benson,
9-year-old
the ship's cook, has actually gone and done most of them for you. He, with a heavy sigh, just
And I go, thanks. I'll be up on deck helping the crew.
Can I try and take the? I'm gonna take the orange pills. Can I try and sleight of hand them into his bag?
Okay.
Can I perceive?
Yeah, just roll a
Perceive away.
Roll.
Oh no!
And
That's a
the
9.
table is turned.
Maybe not.
17.
Oh.
Okay, you, Donish, you.
happens when you get
as
greedy.
You're picking up the last peel there, you feel Trixie.
I just move my butt. I go,
Trixie's gonna
Denied.
scrunch your face and then walk away.
Okay.
And I go, you can't have this.
What happened to a little sass all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Had a good night's sleep.
Too much
Yeah,
time
it's the
with
first good
Jingles.
night's sleep.
Yeah, it really was a decent night's sleep.
Oh yeah, I think I forgot about the.
So, you guys, make your way up to your respective areas. You guys who are working on deck, roll it. You two roll a perception check. I'm going to roll for Amalthea.
18.
13. Okay.
I'm looking through my kaleidoscope.
Are you on deck?
Yeah, I'm probably just playing. I'm just, looking out and about.
Make a perception check too.
Do I actually get to make
Make
perception checks through this thing?
No, but just make one.
Okay.
I'm in my quarters writing the.
That is
noble wave.
a-
I'm not helping
Okay.
at all.
15 plus 1, that is a 16.
Donash and Jingles, you believe it or not, even with your thing, you actually what you do as you're bringing it out to the skyline there, you notice a shadow kind of pass over and back onto your thing, and
Get
you
out
look
of my
up.
light!
Yeah, you look up to the top there, and you see the guy in the crow's nest is kind of like moving around, and that's what's actually the shadow being cast onto your thing is just from him going like.
I'm trying to look down here. Can you just stay on that side of the crow's
Do you
nest
bellow
here?
that out to him?
Yeah.
He looks down at you and looks back over to the area there. You can feel him looking out to something. You don't.
And I look up at Jing and I look up and I go, boy, what do you see?
He's kind of like a little, not frightened so much, but you can tell there's a little bit of a tension with him. So he kind of like. He kind of climbs down. There's something out there. I don't know what it is, but it's way out there, and it's big.
Like dragon turtle big?
Hypothetically.
Oh.
Wow, you're familiar. Oh shit.
Ada told us this might be a threat. It looks like a mountain on the sea that is moving. Yes.
Maybe it's just a mountain that wants to move.
Maybe it's Dr. Doolittle.
Golzira.
And you actually you can actually now see the on the Spirit of Quintessa the same kind of scared facial expressions coming off the guy from the crow's nest. You can see him moving down the mast as well. And
I look at Jingles and I go, I'm going to talk to Ada. And I start to run
Talk
away.
to Ada. I'm going to
Ada's
go
actually
up,
on deck currently.
And I run into her.
Yeah.
and I'm going to go up to the crow's nest.
Oh, you're going to the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Cool.
We need to keep all sounds down. Don't play your lute. The vibrations travel through the waters like you wouldn't believe. I already told Otto, just sit down. We're hoping to just take us. Hope that the wind just takes us through, and hopefully we can outrun it. Maybe.
As this is happening, Jingles is climbing with all the bells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, great.
Oh, no.
And I'm assuming I did not hear any of the whole.
You
quiet.
watch her cast a spell. You. Silence. Complete silence.
Oh, yeah, thank God.
Get him down from there.
And I go,
Slow.
yeah. Go back down, buddy. Just.
He eventually makes it out of the sphere of silence there.
And you're like,
yeah.
and I grab
Yeah.
them.
Did you go?
Apparently.
On Ash?
My pat. It says to keep quiet. Apparently the sound travels in the water and we don't want that thing to catch our attention. So.
She thinks it's a dragon turtle. So.
Probably better to err on the side of caution.
Ada's got her spyglass out. She's looking at it, and it's still
Ada.
far away. She mentions it's. I don't know what it is, but it's a good idea just to kind of.
Are we on a course to steer around it?
The helmsman knows, and we're trying to avoid a direct collision course.
Is it moving? What direction is it moving, Ada?
It looks like it's moving south.
And we are moving
Southeast.
Maybe we just stop and wait?
Veer a little bit more, I think. Yeah, just curve a little bit more east, maybe. Because I think is the captain aware?
Captain's aware, yes.
Okay.
Just keep everything to a hushed voice.
Is there anything else that we can do to assist quietly?
No, unfortunately not. I mean, other than just keeping an eye out, and there are other things in this water. So.
And speaking of keeping an eye out, do you mind if I just look at you? Yeah, that one. See, I've got my own, but it's it's a different color.
Here you go, honey.
Just not even gonna pretend.
I go.
Not even gonna pretend. I'm gonna look through the majestic
all right.
spyglass.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Okay,
You should prestidigitate the same color of yours on hers.
that's a 14.
14. Total.
Total 14. Do I have advantage with the spyglass, or is it?
You do, yeah, yes,
okay,
you do.
all right.
Yes, you
In
do.
that case, it's a 16.
Okay.
High roller.
I'll try to focus it. You see something darker than the rest of the waters around it.
This is me. Just zoomed on me.
It's a small, like, dome-shaped object. And again, the way the waters kind of play, it's hard to really see.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder if maybe it could be, but it's separate from everything else. So there aren't any other island chains around here.
And
that you're aware of.
it does appear to be moving.
It's pointed in a direction.
Okay.
It has a definite like spine feel to it, and it looks like it's moving.
Okay. All right.
I am going to walk over to Hylene as they're talking about this and meet you, fill you in on the current situation, and then say, might be a good time to ask your god for help on that. And then point towards it.
So then I will, with your permission, DM.
Smite the beast.
I'm not that good yet.
We don't.
I would like to.
She'll never be that good. We talked about that.
Damn, you don't know her. Now it's like, all right, here we go.
Oh, really?
Creativity.
I would like to channel Theognosis.
Okay. Right on the deck there, you grab your medallion once more. You look out, and you can't really see it from without a spyglass, and you concentrate. The motion, the rocking of the boat, kind of actually helps a little bit. You're noticing the rhythm, and you send off your prayer. You get the feeling that it hasn't seen you yet. That's what you're getting back. It's more of a feeling, your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't seen both the Quintessa, the spirit of Quintessa, and the Firewind.
Oh, great. That ship's gonna get seen. They're not gonna know.
No, they know.
I know they know, but they're not gonna know necessarily to keep quiet.
Yes.
Make a, with your perception that you've already made,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that they've already begun doing hand signals with
they
various
have.
flags,
Okay.
and they're communicating back and forth through that.
Okay.
It's
all
actually
right.
you can now see the captain is actually on deck right now, currently too.
So, as per her request,
Mhm.
can you not walk silently with me? Can she walk
I
silently?
don't
with
have
me?
stealth.
But
If she
you're not, are
moves,
you
like,
wearing
is it
your
that
armor
way?
I am
right
wearing
now?
my armor.
She's wearing her armor, and I mean, for the most part, it's if she's making an immediate area stealth check, then she has disadvantage. For the most part, she's just walking. Like you guys can walk.
Okay,
on
so
this.
come with
Okay.
me. Yeah.
The boat is itself making creaks and moans and whatnot, and the water is lapping against the side of the ship.
And this
so
is
there
like
are,
a mile out, right?
I would say
if it looks like a mountain, it's got to be kind of far.
it looks like a mountain. However, it is much closer and smaller in size. So it's probably, I would say, maybe like 1,000 feet out.
Okay, it's
Probably
kind
like
of
a friggin' iceberg.
yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, we're seeing like the tip of whatever it is.
Not the tip. Anyways,
Anything but the tip.
that's what the dragon's like. It's like you like no. So me and her walk over and I go.
It hasn't seen us yet. It's the feeling that I get.
What do you guys have? What plan do you have? In a stage whisper. What do you guys have planned?
Well, I appreciate feelings, and I think that they're nice, and I think that gods are nice, but just on the off chance, I think that we might want to prepare for a less than great case scenario.
Understood.
I
I
think-
also think that maybe we should consider steering a little further east.
Yes, agreed.
Than
Ada has her
Currently are.
thing, her spyglass out. She taps the nearest person. I don't know who that would be, but she's going to tap on you. The beast went under.
Oh, son of
We
a...
lost sight of it. And the others on the other ship have lost sight of it too.
I'll
just
be right
by
back.
the communication.
I'll be right back. I have to go find out Lady Otricia.
Fair enough. I take a knee
Okay.
and play my lute loudly. No, I'm totally joking.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna head downstairs and I'm going to find this one.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna knock on the door.
Okay.
I'm just going to.
Excuse me.
Trixie, you know that.
Jingles, what do
Shh,
you
yeah,
need?
Trixie. Shh. One part of. You remember that thing that we really didn't want to happen with the big dragon turtle?
Treasure.
There's a teensy possibility that it's kind of happening. So, I think that we should get Mugsy, and we should all. I think we should all go on deck and figure out kind of like a plan B. Hylene says that it probably doesn't see us and it hasn't noticed us, but it's attracted by sound. And there is a possibility that it will find us because it just went under. So, I felt like it would be a good idea to let you know.
I appreciate you telling me. So I'll head up.
So calm.
Please make your way up there.
Certain death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. I made my peace. I will die with my treasure.
And you guys make your way up, cautiously up to the top of the deck there, and you see everyone else is already like scanning the horizon, trying to look for everything. The captain himself is doing that too, as the helmsman and the other helmsmen are going back and forth and communicating with flags.
Can I make a real quick request?
Sure.
For the ring, I have a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't necessarily put any spell into it yet.
Okay.
As soon as we get up top, I would like to very quietly start putting a... Where's the thing? I'd like to do a detect magic inside of the ring as a ritual. I'd like to immediately start casting detect magic to place it inside the ring.
Okay. Yeah. The ritual, I think, what was it? It lasts...
Well, the ritual, it takes 10 minutes to cast. So it's like a 10-minute cast, but basically, I'll read the...
But the ritual itself, did that take any amount of time? I believe I had it...
So...
It should be about
the Ring of Memory. So, with this ring, you're allowed to store one spell of level 1. This does not take up your daily spell slots. In order to imprint a spell, you must spend 10 minutes and cast the spell as part of the ritual.
Okay, so it's an additional 10 minutes, basically. The ritual itself, it takes 10 minutes. Then you add to it the spell, however long it takes. So if you wanted to cast the spell immediately, it goes in. If you wanted to cast it as a ritual, it would basically be a total of 20 minutes, essentially.
Okay, I don't think we have 20 minutes.
We might. Be hopeful.
Okay, alright. I'll give it a shot. Spell slots might be important.
Now, are you under below deck?
I'm probably going to accompany like her up, and I'm going to give everybody kind of like a, okay, I'm going to be doing some magic stuff. Don't distract me unless it's absolutely necessary.
The captain raises a brow and he, those of you beyond Jingles kind of notice he points to Ada, like, just keep an eye on him.
And I look at Ada and I go, that silence situation that you put on Jingles when he's climbing, can you maybe mask the Quintessa?
No, it's localized. I can't do the entire thing. They're aware, but, I mean, anyone can really make a mess up. I want everyone at this point to roll just roll for me a d20. No modifiers.
Okay.
Okay.
9.
5.
12.
Oh.
17.
Oh, maybe. Well, maybe. We might all be dead. Someone tips over the vase of kittens.
No! Kill them all. I just got a brilliant idea for something to do with that later.
You just chuck in the ocean. Like, God!
Just wait.
Chum the waters?
Yeah, let's lure it. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, let me just make sure that I am reading it correctly.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got some great plans for that jar.
The average rolls were decent.
Mm-hmm.
They made a few of their rolls too, including Ando and the captain and Nizruk, Ada. You guys wait what seems like an endless amount of time looking for anything of this creature. There are now 2 men on each crow's nest, just scanning the horizon and looking down into the waters, hoping not to see a large looming shadow beneath them. You guys are almost, with bated breath, just taking shallow breaths. The communication goes back and forth between the ships. 20 minutes does go by. You're able to imprint.
Okay. Alright. My ritual is finished. We're still alive, so I take that as a good sign.
Everyone besides Donash make a perception check. I'll make one for Malcolm.
19. 11.
Ocho.
You, Amalthea, Hylene, and Trixie are scanning kind of with the horizon, kind of looking up, and they notice the two men up top are waving at you guys, and they point off into the distance. And Ada sees you both looking up. Amalthea also has noticed it too, and they bring out their spyglasses, kind of look in the same area that she's pointing to.
I haven't noticed it.
You haven't even noticed it's there. But as you just barely finished, you were kind of facing the other way as you finished up your incantation. You guys, they've noticed that there is now the same large dark green mountain on the water, facing the completely opposite way, and it's much further out now.
Oh, well, wait, do we see this even though we don't have spyglasses? Or
I mean, as she'll pass it around, I think, didn't Amalthea have one herself? I thought she did.
Oh,
Did she not?
Oh, Amalthea. Well, she's also she's
She
ranger,
would have
so
advantage.
she has got super hawk eyes.
I'm going to just say that Adia just passed it out for the time being. I'll find out later. And you're able to see out in the far off distance there, the large mass just moving.
Trixie's gonna kind of like absently like pat her treasure that's all stored all over her body.
Crush.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can kind of start to hear the sighs of relief from everyone on board.
Well,
Let's
fantastic. Just can this boat go any faster?
That we're going to do right now. Okay. We're gonna need some more helpers up here, up top.
I start climbing.
And
yeah, Jingles is actually gonna be willing to get his hands dirty on this one.
Yeah, they begin to kind of throw you some ropes and whatnot, and
Not saying how useful I'm gonna be, but oh my hands.
You go along behind Hylene, and you kind of, as she heaves and hoes, you kind of grab and pick up the slack of the rope behind her, and it looks like you're working. You actually do get a little bit of a workout. You're still moving your arms and whatnot. So
see why these sailors are also strapping.
The sails furl up again, or begin to bellow, and they fill. And the Spirit of the Quintessa will also do the same thing, and they have now full mast. All of their sails are up and out, and they begin to move on out. And you notice that the Firewind that the ship that you're on currently is getting a little bit faster than the Quintessa, and so the helmsman is kind of doing a very, very, very slow serpentine pattern just to kind of keep in pace with it. But you can tell that you kind of have a little bit of more of a faster speed.
Wow.
This is what
the boat rolled an advantage. That's awesome.
And so you guys, the day goes on, and everyone's still tense from it. Everyone looking over their shoulders, looking out, and those who have spyglasses will take about 5 minutes every 15 minutes or so, just to kind of look out there. And
yeah, I've been kind of like in a meditative, like quiet state all day, just kind of petting Skeet.
Okay.
And helping work, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, Skeet will kind of climb the rigging a little bit and kind of move back down. And Skeet's very active and doesn't really want to be placed into your pocket all that for a long time anyway. And so you guys end up the second day on your one of your 5 days you're on your journey back. The night comes and greets you again, and there is still more crab meat to be had. And
day 2 crab meat.
Now, at this moment, you do notice that the captain is kind of sitting there with you. There seems to be a little bit of like a skeleton crew currently in the galley, or in the mess hall there, because everyone's still up on top deck. And you guys think you've gained some decent ground from the territory of the dragon turtle, but everyone's still currently on edge.
Yeah.
The captain is now currently eating at this moment. You guys have the dinner.
Captain, do you have a minute after dinner? Perhaps we should speak again?
Sure, always. Yeah.
No rush.
No, he goes back to eating there. He's kind of eating like a little bit faster and more sloppier. You notice that he doesn't normally eat in the galley to begin with.
He usually eats in his quarters.
He's kind of now, I don't know, he's relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, after dinner, you guys kind of pack up your bowls and plates and put them into the dish, and Benson's there to grab them immediately and begin scrubbing. And you guys, on your way out, you guys notice that the captain's kind of there waiting for you. And
I'll accompany him. Yeah.
I'll follow.
I would imagine that Amalthea will also.
Yeah, I think the
We're all
crew.
going, yeah.
I think the crew. Yeah, this is the contingent, right?
You can't.
If you require me there, yes. If you think it would be too intimidating a presence, then I will stay behind.
Whatever. Sure, come along.
Okay.
Ada will accompany you, and
I actually better.
Mm-hmm.
The first mate as well, and she'll actually just stand outside the door once again as the captain, Ada, and the all of you, right? Currently, yeah. The wolf is not there, and neither is Kurt. I assume.
I am assuming,
should
yeah,
be
he's
better.
probably gonna be just
Okay.
chilling, like a villain. But I locked the door on my way out, so
Yeah, sure.
people can't have their way with my Mugsy.
Yeah, jeez. It's a ship full of diddlers. I don't like it. Sorry. It's true, though. It was weird.
The captain sits down and he goes, well, he stands back up. Drinks.
Sure.
Brandy?
Yes, please.
After that, I'll take a drink.
Indeed. He opens up a reserve that he had underneath the cabinet that he normally opens up. Getting the good stuff now. He struggles a little bit. Ada? The cork just... Yeah.
She can do everything.
She goes to
She's a
smell it.
Swiss Army knife, essentially.
Oh, Captain, this is a good one. She asks, kind of like, can I pour for yourself? She
Appreciate
pours a
the
hefty
kindness.
glass, and then hands it off to the captain. The captain goes and starts pouring the drinks and hands them out to each and every one of you. He puts the cork just barely in there a little bit. And
It's a long life at sea, huh?
let's hope that we can last another day.
Cheers, everybody.
But I don't think that's why we're here.
No.
Spit it back.
He takes a sip.
We will have business to attend to once we arrive back on shore, and I wanted to make sure that we have any arrangements finished here before we land. And I believe there is still the matter of the treasure to divide up. I had asked you a question, which was, how much would you have made staying back at the port and fishing?
It's not about that. It's about how much we have to.
I understand. I'm just curious.
Been out for like 8 days at this point.
Depending, because we may have been on the island for a little bit longer, so...
You guys were on the island for like a day and a half or so.
That's right.
You guys spent the night.
Because we did
We stopped.
masthead first, so...
We've been gone quite a while.
Yeah, no, we've been
Like
gone,
this
we've been
and
gone a quick minute.
Yeah. Quick minute.
So yeah, my...
You still caught quite a many crabs. I mean,
That's,
you came out ahead.
He's still doing fine.
You notice that throughout the day, their daily ritual, they do catch fish with their nets and they haul it overboard. There is there's a supply of fish, and so you don't have to always have the crab meat. But
Sure.
he likes to keep.
He's feeding us the crab meat anyways.
Well, it's gonna go sour quicker.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right. He goes, oh yes, Ada's got the numbers, and I think I might have left that in. No, hold on. And she kind of like sits for a moment and writes on a piece of paper and hands it to the captain. Captain takes it and goes, 251 gold.
Can I insight check?
Yep.
16.
16.
He's an honest man.
Yeah, he looks like he was giving you the straight numbers, and obviously with Ada's help, and he didn't really question it. He's like, oh, that's about right. And he puts the piece of paper down, and
Well, I think, first of all, we should set that aside. I did agree to pay you back for all of your troubles. We'll take that out of the rest of the money, or the rest of the gold that we divide up.
okay. All right. Speaking of which, how do we do that? And there are a few items in there that we haven't yet really checked out. Ada, have you? No,
Well, there's
Captain, you
only-
told me to close the door off. And that's that.
Do we know what those items are worth, Jingles?
Well,
It was the spear, the guitar.
The guitar?
the Qatar.
Qatar.
Oh, I was like, where did
fist
we get a
weapon.
guitar?
Right here.
That makes sense, yeah.
Fist dagger.
And you guys gave the
We gave the brooch away.
The brooch away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's it, right? That's just the
It's just the
two
two.
things.
Don't worry.
Right.
Get that sucker back.
Damn my honesty.
But if it's just those couple items, would I have an idea as far as like
No, the ring of tramping was there too.
ring of
Yeah, so that's
tramping?
the
that's
two,
right.
the
Mm-hmm.
No, the guitar as well.
the guitar.
So the
Yeah,
spear,
but it's two
And the
left.
spear.
Spear,
Guitar.
guitar,
those are
and
different.
ring.
Okay, sorry.
So would I have any idea as far
Spear
as
piercing or something,
appraisal
make
value
people
of
bleed.
those things? Because
Um,
I know that's not necessarily
because
my...
they okay, the typical. Make an intelligence check.
Okay, all
You were a
right.
merchant
Because
for a
I
time, weren't you?
no, I wasn't a merchant.
Oh.
No, unfortunately.
Just a bounty hunter.
As
Who
a
is
yeah,
an
bounty hunter
actor.
and actor, but I tend to, because I'm familiar with like magic and enchantment, I might know how much other similarly enchanted things might be worth. So, natural 20. All right.
Give or
There you
take,
go.
Apparently I was a merchant.
You know that magically enhanced items typically run you about 500 gold.
Mhm.
Those that are at least worth their muster. The ring probably 250 or so.
Mhm.
But again, the other two items would be 500 each.
Okay. All right. Well, in the nature of magical items and my my personal experience, I have found that magical items of quality, of which these are, we've verified that none of them are cursed, are I'm debating on whether or not I want to do it. Yeah. There.
Says her sword.
all right. Okay, all right. Range from about 600 to 750 gold pieces each versus lesser, uncommon magic items that are slightly less valuable like this. Ring here usually about 300 to 400, give or take. However, I think that
That's interesting.
because we are friends here. Well, actually, wait a second. We're not actually giving these away, right? We're splitting these up. Is that
Yes.
what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Why
I'm-
did you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
there's-
told them a lot of more than it was worth, didn't you?
Roll a deception check.
Fuck.
I rolled for it. All right, hang on.
I picked him as my advisor.
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit!
You look at the items, you go, hobbit, 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 hobbit.
He raises a brow and looks over to Ada.
Trixie's gonna step in and say, how much are these items worth to you? That's perhaps a better measure of what they're worth amongst us.
I want the guitar.
He
I say out
points-
loud.
He points to Ada. I can fetch the items once again if that's what you wish, Captain.
That sounds good.
Yeah, go ahead and bring them. So she walks out.
I take another long drag of the brandy, and I look at Altricia. I go, "What do you know? The Duke did want some artifacts."
I know.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you.
Yes, thank you for reminding me, but
You roll a deception check.
Blow on it, please.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did. That was great. That was so good. Where is deception? Show it to me on the thing. Okay. 20. Modified 20.
20. All right. He. You can see that he kind of like just listened to it. What about your little one, the little green ill one?
yes.
What's his story?
Oh, it was quite traumatic, actually, now that you ask. 2 days ago, prior, I'm sure you remember, that he was... we found him
That's
naked.
not what I'm talking about, and they're going to be dealt with.
Oh, fantastic.
What is his story?
I don't know all the details, but it is
He,
as
he's,
Jingle
he
said.
now
It was a...
his gaze has moved over to Highlander.
He knows the honest one.
Can I just step in and go, Well, he was born in West Philadelphia. Sorry. Here you go.
I kind of glance over at Trixie.
She, as you can see, she does not like talking about it.
I'm asking her.
No, I'm gonna smite the cat.
She is glaring at the captain for talking back to her.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trixie. Did you have anything else to say?
Yes, I did. Exactly what I said.
Trisha.
Trixie?
Yes, Don Ash?
You mean Trixie? Yes, no, yeah, Ada told me.
Yes, she told you my nickname. What do you have to say?
Well, that we're going to be doing a lot more investigation once we reach the shore.
That's perfectly fine. But that doesn't mean you should treat me without respect.
Indeed, that's fine. I'm asking her still.
Take the treasure and run.
Smite him.
Kurt was...
Oh, we love her.
a very curious little boy. And my sister found him just before he was turned into what he is now. Found him wandering the forest where we grew up and took him in, and that is why he's my adopted nephew. And there was an accident, unfortunately, in my village with a foolhardy young elf who thought he could be a wizard but was not very adept at magic. And as Jingles told you before, tried what was the name of that spell? Stone skin. Tried to cast stone skin on him, and yeah, now he is what he is today.
Highland MVP.
Roll for me the deception with advantage.
Yeah.
It's deception. Where's my freaking sheet? Okay.
It just says,
Charisma
does not lie.
I think I should be pretty good at it. It didn't say I didn't lie.
Well, that's true.
It's 13. That is a modified 22.
Excellent.
That's my girl.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
proud.
Hylanay just literally gained like a bajillion cool points.
And I just go. No, I'm just kidding.
He kind of just. All right, fair enough. Again, we'll deal with the 3 later. Don't worry.
Thank you very much. I mean,
You hear another knock on the door, and Ada, you can come in. There's no reason to. Anyway, she walks in, hands the 2 items onto the desk that are right in front of all of you guys, and she drops the ring right next to it.
Well,
I've taken a look at the ring. The ring is, well, I mean, it's nothing special. The other 2 items, though, those are quite the
Yep.
quite the make.
Yep. Just like I said. Yep. Ring not so good. Other ones pretty darn good.
yes. See, we are but a very truthful bunch. Absolutely. Now, do you need more weapons? It seems to me that it would probably be in your benefit to probably take more of the gold than it would be to procure weapons. You seem like you have a foolhardy crew.
He takes his little glass, or he kind of like taps on the spear a little bit, kind of moves around. Ada, do you think we can use a spear? Yes. And Ada's just, honestly, I don't think we need any of them. To be honest, I don't. We're good, Captain. Let's take the gold.
She's looking out.
And
Yeah, let's just scrape against my blindfold as I wink.
butterfly kiss. And the captain looks back down at the items. And, yeah, they're yours if you want. They will be taken out of the total sum, but no.
Come out with it, Captain. You can be honest with us.
Well, there's an issue of dealing with Trixie over there. We initially had a deal, but she didn't agree to it. The terms, anyway.
We had a deal of splitting the gold amongst the two groups. Now, I was trying to be kind, and I gave you some extra gold that we set aside out of that I didn't have to do. But I believe that was what we discussed.
I'm saying that we had initially talked about splitting everything, and she didn't like the terms. So
Well, what was the
She
initial?
does set the terms for our party.
What
so.
was the initial split, if I may ask?
Everyone gets their fair share. Everyone.
Now,
Everybody.
who ventured in to receive this treasure? Because if I recount those bodies who went in and actually put themselves in direct harm, I believe that's a little bit of a shifted splay.
And that's why the favor goes into hers. We're going to split the winnings, or the gold there, 50-50, as discussed. My crew and you. Again, the weapons will go against that and be taken out of the total sum.
So you mean to tell me that Altrisha is giving you more than you expected?
No.
That I'm lost. I will, and then I
All
just
right, yes.
fade back.
Yeah, Jingles is going to pull
Ceiling.
out his piece of paper and his quill. Okay, all right, so.
Yeah, I look over his shoulder and
All right, so the original deal.
Read it.
I pretend.
So the original
Performance
deal was 50-50. Your crew, our crew. Lady Altricia's crew. Correct. The new deal is...
No, I'm saying that is the same deal that she had written, or she had talked to me about prior to leaving, or on their way out. She also, well, the weapons are a different story.
Mm-hmm.
They will be added to the sum.
That's fair.
So once you take your half and the weapons, we'll take our gold. And then be done with it.
Can we leave
So
you at
can
the
I
docks?
ask you,
Right, Ada?
what are the weapons worth?
Ada looks at Jingles.
It had been a while since I'd seen the weapons, truthfully. I should probably take another better inspection. Just throwing it out there. You know, I'm not a merchant. I am simply an advisor. I am familiar with these weapons, but I believe that we have more experienced... you certainly have dealt with far more valuable things than I have. I am simply familiar with the
that's true.
magics.
Ada, they're about 500 each. And
That-
the ring is 250.
Ah, see, I was a little highballing it, so we're good.
Quite
Close.
impressive. Both of you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Quite the appraisal.
She does everything.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm really turned on by
Cringing in
how
her
much
seat.
she's proficient at. Wow, okay.
Is there any other matter?
Well, let's go ahead and start divvying up the gold and be done with it. We say our goodbyes at the dock and we
He
see you for another adventure another time.
pulls out a large chest underneath and goes to Ada. It's huge, probably about 1.5 foot wide. It's a little narrow though, at about maybe like 7 inches or so. It lifts up. Just put it in here and bring it back to me, and we'll divvy it up later.
Why not do it now?
Amongst my own crew.
Ah, I see.
He kind of takes the ring and looks at it for a little bit. Looks at his own ring. You sure? 250? He kind of tosses it. It kind of lands near on your side of the table now.
Like,
And that was the difficult terrain one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
He picks up the spear once more, the spearhead, and admires it. And Oh, dragon. And he takes a guitar and moves it, shoves it over to your side now. You guys all.
Guitar's the only one. He just...
Why?
All right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the cards now. You guys already identified them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and take these. We can decide which one gets or all, I guess.
I saw you reach out for the ring, so I'm gonna have you hold on to all of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It's not bulky.
I know.
For the most part, you can literally put the ring on your pinky or something, or put it in your pocket.
Oh god, it's gonna turn into like Frodo.
Where's Donish? So... I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's worth it. How about this? You know, we all took quite a heavy hit in the caves. We expected to come out with more. That way that this split and divide would be much more even and...
More? How much more?
Well, there was quite a bit. I will say that.
Ada? Aye, Captain, there was quite a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
However, we had limited amount of bodies and also breath to breathe in order to bring it out, so we almost lost our lives with this. So, we can't let greed blind us. Anyways, point is, how much would a interesting, intricate sword that belonged to a famous pirate be worth to you? That way we have more gold perhaps to split between our party and also
That
to
sounds very reasonable of me.
give to the Duke. I mean, if we go
Yes.
with empty hands, then we may be
Yes, he will
a
not
different
be
kind
happy.
of creek than the one we're currently in.
Produce this
For
blade you
certain.
speak of.
So I unsheath it out of her. I'm sorry, out of her sheath. No, I unsheath it, and it's Captain Balena's cutlass, and I place it on the table or in his hand like this.
So you place it on the table. He kind of like just immediately grabs it
And
holds it up and
+1 to damage, or it's a mastercraft, right? Or
No.
something.
No,
It has some sort of.
It's just +1 to attack.
Oh, +1 to attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's kind of like the master.
Gotcha. Okay, so reverse. Okay.
Or a keen.
Yeah, keen. There you go.
You know, it was taken from Balena himself. He, after saving Randall and his crew, and
He smells it.
would make a fine trophy
Because that's
above
of
your
course the
mantle,
first thing you do
along
when
with
someone
the
hands
rest
you a
of
sword.
yours. Yeah, smells
Well,
like a son of a
it came
bitch. It
from
must be
Captain.
his.
He went to smell the handle. It's got like all this weird, like the leather itself is kind of just gummy.
Oh.
And we're all very familiar with Captain Balena's, well, tales.
Indeed, Ada. And he hands it off to her, and she takes a look at it, and I do recall that he used this. I'd have to study it a little bit longer, if you don't mind. Or no,
It is.
she hands it over to you.
Aha.
He's obviously
Well,
much more truthful than you'll ever
yes,
be.
of course.
He'll tell you everything you need to know.
Well, it is exceptionally balanced.
She's looking at
And
you.
yep, I'm gonna like balance it and hold it by the handle and kind of.
Can you please identify it?
Well, of course I can.
If you put a black light on that card and it's like, can slay a dragon in one hit, I will murder you.
All right. Yeah,
Like it was like
will,
invisible.
Great idea. Yeah.
Then you're gonna ask, what was it written in?
Right. It says friend.
watch and learn, and I would like to not do the ritual. I will just straight up try and see if I can. I feel like the eyes kind of get like a weird like shimmer in them.
Yeah, as
as
you.
I.
Those of you with the sight can see that his eyes kind of glow a little bit blue for a little moment, and then they fade back into his normal color.
He needs more space.
You actually don't see this.
I know.
Oh no, you do see this.
Do I feel
You,
it?
you feel it.
Okay.
You do feel it, and you actually feel the color coming off of the initial glow.
I like that he can see the blue in his mind. I
Only
like that.
only the blue. Yep.
All right.
All right. And you create the thing, and it is this is the personal cutlass of Pirate Captain Balena. This blade has many nicks and dings, and it gives a +1 to attack and damage.
All right.
So it's
Well, it seems that this is a magical sword. Captain Belena did, in fact, manage to get himself some quite a nice blade here. I believe that you will find it strikes its target true and thoroughly.
She passes it over to the Captain Riley there, who's sitting down, and he takes it and goes,
To be quite fair, you might fetch a fair more business than you have been when people hear the tale of you slaying Captain Belena and his crew.
He looks back at the wall there. Deal.
Yes, and if I may be so bold as to say, the two most valuable items that we have uncovered were the brooch that we have given to our friend Randall and that sword that you now hold.
Fantastic. Well, the deal is 75-25.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a deal. That's what I was proposing.
75-25?
Correct.
No, 50.
No, you took the sword, and now we have more gold to take to the Duke. 75-25.
No, you were taking Ada. How much is this worth? He takes it back and looks at it.
That is a very nice sword.
It's 500 gold as well.
Oh, poppycock. That's obviously a far more...
It gives you a glance.
Okay,
I'm
here
sorry.
we go.
Surely it's
I'm
a
just saying.
collector's item.
It is.
Collectors.
Well, but if you think about it, it's not just the make of the sword itself, it's who it belonged to.
What is a story worth? Now, to me, fables are really the only thing that travel past your lifespan. You cannot take material things into the afterlife with you. You only leave your legacy, and that is the tales that people will sing about you. And I pull out my lute. Or I just kind of like do a little bit.
God, write him a song. Write him a song.
Ada's going to roll an insight check on you. She rolled a 17 naturally.
I rolled a 16 naturally.
Was that for your deception? Or?
Yeah. Well, okay. I was thinking performance, but it's probably deception.
Performance, yes. It's a little bit of both, to be honest.
Well, it would be a 19 modified.
Okay. Hers is a lot higher.
Okay.
But she doesn't speak up. She's raising an eyebrow, and you can feel that, but she's not speaking up. She's letting you take out the lute.
And then I take out the lute. Out of character, would he know what healing word would feel like? The captain.
You're not entirely sure.
He would, though. Right?
You would imagine that because
I feel like he's been healed before.
He's been
with Ada. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
He's been. He seems to trust Ada pretty well.
Inspire him.
Can I do that? Would that work? Can I use bardic inspiration in my? That's only for like.
I feel like.
That's
I mean,
to
he
give
doesn't
him
have
advantage
to.
on finding out if I'm lying to him.
I mean, it's literally. It's just like I feel like it just makes you feel something like
he would get a. I believe
kind
it's
of horny. I don't know.
Yeah, he gets like a D6 towards his
D6
next
towards
like,
his
check,
D20
whatever check.
roll. So his check towards you or his another D20 roll.
Yeah.
He would use he would be able to use.
Right. So I feel like I'm just using like my deception here in performance. So I begin with that to pluck a few strings, and I go. 'Twas once a merchant, a fisherman true, did take Captain Belena's sword after he slew. Kept the gold, but donated to charity. For tales last longer than all wealth that is petty. It was a 20, and it was like, fuck you.
I love the way you rolled this.
I was like, fuck. That's what's 5 plus 8? 13.
Okay. 13. You can see he kind of like has an odd grin on his face and. Good attempt there, son.
A for effort.
I think, though, that the contract originally described by Trixie over there and written down by your advisor was 50-50. Now, this sword here is worth 500 gold. I'll gladly take that off and put it over to you. but it stands at 50-50.
Fair enough.
Right,
Just
let it be
pay
done.
500 gold. That's I
Yep,
said it.
let it be done.
Like, to you.
Ada. He hands the blade over to her again. He goes, you want me to nail it now? Well, I mean, soon. Not now. All right. Are we done here?
How much gold does that leave us each with?
So the total amount of gold you found was 1,230.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're adding
500.
500 and 500 and 250.
You might as well not count the 250 since the 251 was how much you offered them for their services.
What?
It was 251 for the services for it's one silver
their
per
How
mile.
much they lost, yeah, their time.
It's 1 silver per
okay.
mile, and I calculated it to be roughly about
Wow.
between San Diego and Seattle. What's the
Well,
distance?
okay, yeah.
This is
so
fucking Uber ass shit.
My God.
I looked it up. I was like, just curious, like how much would this cost? And I was like, okay.
Where's the
cool.
mileage rate? It's 0.575.
So,
Well, in good faith, I offered you the 250 outside of that, but since you seem uninterested in the ring, I believe that we should take that off the table as well. You should give that to us in good faith. So that leaves 1,200 approximately, or I'm sorry, 950-ish gold.
Does he also take out his
And
quill and goes,
1,000
okay, so here's
from the treasure, or not from the treasure, from the items.
so you have 1,230 total gold.
Yes.
We're subtracting 500. I would normally subtract the 500, but then because you're offering the sword, that negates that cross cancels out. The
Subtracting 500?
500 for the spear, 500 for the guitar,
Oh, okay.
and the sword.
He's calling it a guitar now, too.
Guitar? No, I said guitar.
Oh, you did? Okay, I thought he said guitar now.
It's a
too.
very it's a
If I get it, I'm naming it guitar. It's guitar the guitar.
Guitar,
Okay.
guitar.
Okay.
so the 500 goes and they cross cancel out. So
Yeah.
the sword with the spear, let's say, or the
Sure.
guitar. So then you have 500, and then you have the 250 from the ring, which you are trying to offset with.
The 250 I offered.
So no, normally you give him 250
Counting.
to him.
That's what I'm saying. So I did give him the 250 for like the outside costs of the trip. But since
That's
he,
an addition.
yeah. So what I was saying was we
Deductions
took the
and deficits.
250 out of the pot essentially to give to him for the cost of travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now he made Trixie mad. So what she's gonna say is they're uninterested in the ring. So that she thinks that he should likewise give them a present, and it should be the ring since they're uninterested in it. Anyways.
And then the shit.
He's,
Even to
he's
Ada.
going to stop you, and he goes, no, that was not the deal.
All right. Well, the original. Why don't we just go back to the original deal then?
Yes, that is 1,230 gold.
Okay.
Divided evenly,
Yes.
minus 500. Add 500, then minus again because
Yes,
of the,
yes.
the original.
Yeah.
No. Then you have the 250 for the gold, the ring.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And he's going to go do a few maths here.
So just to clarify, he's not taking the 250 gold out separately.
Not separately. He's going to
Okay.
assume that you're going to pay him at some point. Because the journey is still being had, so to speak. The
Oh, okay.
total-
So for the record, originally I said we would take that out, so it was like we were both paying half of that. So I wasn't just going to pay him after out of our share.
Oh.
That changes things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does.
Yeah. So it's like half of that.
He was
versus
going
the
to
whole
basically.
thing.
He's waiting for the entire lot was to be not touched. What you owed him was separate.
No, to be fair, I said that he would be compensated, and then what we agreed on was that we would split it equally, with the understanding that that would compensate him for his troubles.
Roll for loophole.
Yeah.
That's fine. That was the deal, though, was that we
I'm
split
gonna,
the treasure
I'm just gonna
either way.
let it go with the 250.
That's fine. We can whatever.
No,
we
Yeah,
wanna
'cause
do.
you
right
might
now
as
I
well
think
see if
we
you
are-
can confuse him with all like the exchanging and everything.
Practice
Why not?
on
She's-
Captain
she's
what you're
almost
going to
there.
do on the
Now,
dude.
I'm like, I have to write this down. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, wait.
I'm serious.
I mean,
So I
I could
think-
try. I feel
I
like
think
Ada.
You already did it. Now roll for it.
I think
I mean, seriously.
right now does this look pretty correct? I think we are going to be taking a total hit of about 750 gold pieces out of our half, right? Taking with us all of the items,
We're
except
gonna
for
take all
Belena's
of the
sword, which we
items,
gave to him.
And then. I'm
And
sorry.
then
Was this
the
the right?
shit
That was the
starts to
right
fill with
number.
water because
1230.
1230, and it's 1230 is 1230 is the
gold.
total,
Did
right?
I write that down right?
1230 was the total gold, correct?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
bear with us. Hey, Cody.
We want to confuse our audience.
Yeah, good luck, bud.
I'm just trying to find a calculator.
What is it calculated?
Wait, I can do this.
You pull out an abacus.
Oh my god, yeah, wait a second. 12,
He happens to
30.
Made
have
of
it in his
bells.
robe.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's just made of bells.
615. Okay.
The total
I don't know what this means,
amount,
it just sounds fun.
if you want to,
Oh,
what we're adding up here, and 'cause what I'm going to do
guys.
here, the amount that I'm giving you
I can't.
is actually including the gold value of the swords themselves, and it's 1,365. That's including
okay.
the sword and the
yeah.
the cost
Okay,
of
because
your
I was going to
items.
say the
I feel like
1230
like
taking
650.
out taking out
12:30?
the
That sounds like too much.
No,
It was my
1230 was
Yeah.
the total
in the
amount.
Carlo.
1230 was your
Was
total
the
amount.
total amount of gold?
Divide that by half,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
And
Yep.
then you're gonna add
615.
Exactly.
the 500
Mhm.
from one of the weapons.
Okay.
You normally would add another 500, but you take it away from because of the sword.
Yep.
Then you add the 250
250.
for the ring.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Okay.
And all that added up is 1,000.
But we're not buying those things from him. Those are also part of the gold that should be split in half. Treasure
I
that's
see what
split
you're
in
saying.
half.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe it's 1230 plus 500 plus 250, which is 19.
Is-
Sorry, everyone at home.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it safe to say that we are
Which
going
I'm going to round up to
yeah.
2,000, so we end up getting about 1,000 each, and then we're going to subtract 500, subtract 250. We get 250 gold. He gets the rest.
Then you hear land home. We spend 4 days.
Jingles has a beard.
Yeah.
And now everyone will do
we'll
it
wrap
later.
this up
Yeah.
later for
That's
sure.
what I was about to
all
say. Is can we?
Math is hard. Stay in school, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Well,
don't
now-
play D&D.
Now
Apparently.
everyone at home remembers what it was like when you had to go with your parents to go buy a car.
That's exactly what this was.
That's what the last 20 minutes have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
He's like, but can I get it in beige? Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
you guys make your
Yeah.
final
So we'll
statements.
figure. Yeah, we'll get
That's
that
fine.
Yeah,
all.
I take the
Did
guitar
he
and
agree
slit
then
my
on
own throat.
we are just going to split it?
With a guitar.
For the most part, evenly split it, and then you're gonna so add the full momentum sum, taken in half, divided amongst the
Okay.
with the swords and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I'll get with.
Can
the
we do?
later.
I was gonna say we could even just do a real quick, just like
Oh yeah.
her favor, his favor, or his way, her way. If you wanted to do like just a
That's fine. I just want to know what we settled on. No
Okay.
big deal. We'll figure it out later.
Well, all right. So for the most part, he's done with all the mathing and whatnot. He
Yeah.
kind of hands it over to Ada to kind of double check and whatnot, and
She's got a headache.
watching everything. It's like I don't know what you're doing.
Jingles finishes the brandy.
And
I'm pouring him another one. I'm like, you need it, but.
he actually takes it before you do that. He's like, oh, come on.
Right.
And he stands
I
up
put
now.
orange peels in his pocket. I'm just kidding.
You saved them. All right. He stands up now and he goes, all right, well, I bid you a good night. Get a good rest. We may need it.
Indeed. And I think, as I'm assuming everybody's kind of funneling out of the room.
Yeah, I'm already gone.
Trixie will have, once the Duke backmouthed her, she stopped drinking the brandy and she's just going to push the rest of the brandy.
Don't-
Just like that. Onto the table. Then she'll walk out.
Okay.
Jingles will be the last one out.
Okay.
And perhaps, if it will make you a little bit more understanding of our situation,
And he
I
unbuttons
believe
his
that
top
someday...
button.
I believe that we plan on someday, perhaps, collecting the rest of what was lost down below. And if that day should come in the near future, I would hope that you might be interested.
He looks over at Ada and she's kind of like, it's up to you, Captain. I'm game for anything.
I bet you are.
She
Sorry.
she gets a little.
She opens up a portal, and then we see the inside of the cavern. She's like, it's right here. How did you do that?
Oh, yeah, I can do anything. She's on her way out, and she kind of gives you a little. All right. And you can see her kind of just holding the blade in her hand, the one that Captain Belena had dropped, and you see her kind of like wandering out the door, but she's got a purpose, and you don't know what it is. But And then the captain goes and stands up, or he's already standing up. He nods to you, and perhaps we'll keep that open communication.
Good.
You know where to find us, right?
Save some of that brandy, Captain. And he is going to slyly do exactly what I just did. Just
zoom right into the door. All right.
You just turn your face as you pass the fucking back of the door.
Let it out.
It's just the lips on the side of the door.
Yeah.
Remember. The first mate there, after having you leave, she goes in and closes the door. You can hear a little bit of talking amongst them and whatnot. All right.
I pull them aside, everybody, and I go, I've got goodies. I keep guitar. You can deal with the rest.
Guitar.
Is that officially what you've named it?
Yes.
What even is guitar? What is that?
I don't know, it felt good.
Sounds...
It's a name. What kind of name is Jingles?
Well, excuse me,
That's
all right.
What he is.
It's onomatopoeia. That's not a name.
I believe this conversation is getting out of hand. What are these other items?
Deal with the items later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on to them for
I
now.
have
Although,
so many
Jingles, would you
things.
like the ring? I feel like that fits you
Sure,
best.
I feel like it might be, my
think
fingers feeling a little naked.
Would
And
look
I
more
feel like-
natural adorned on you than any of the rest of us. Although I
Unless...
do like rings too.
Hylene, you do seem to... I mean, and can I look at Hylene's hands? Does she have anything even slightly
I don't have
feminine?
any jewelry on my hands because I usually have gloves.
Yeah.
On.
I mean, you've just got such nice bone structure. I feel like sometimes you should show it off. Would you like,
So we took the mobile feet. So she's fast, you're not.
But you know what? I think that's probably fine.
Out of character. You're a little slower than she is.
I just want to double check.
Well, it's just for difficult terrain. You move
I
as
know,
nat-
but it's gonna compensate a little better
It's
for her.
Well-
gonna
It's a slow
compensate
cook.
you better because I have a plan for level 5. So.
I see.
Well,
Yeah.
you might... Okay, out of character. We should probably shouldn't do this for too long, but you're not going to be in the thick of it. You're going to be majority of the time outside.
Most of the time, I'm
You
going to
use
try.
difficult terrain to run away.
But yeah, and that's part of it. So
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the only thing is like escapes might be useful, but this
We're all
one
like
is
that.
this is going to be my pinky ring. If you guys decide that you like if you want the ring,
Okay, sure.
just let me know because
And then I give, I lean the spear heft first towards you, Hylene, and I go, you have quite an arm. This might come in handy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Because I was carrying that sword for quite a while. I can't be carrying all these things.
yeah, no kidding.
And we need a trident and this.
That is pretty
Sparkle,
slick
sparkle.
looking. Yeah.
Right. And then I
No.
flip it.
Are we going to be getting into port tomorrow? Is that or 2 days? No?
You're currently on the second day.
Okay. Oh,
you have
so a couple
3 more
more.
days. Yeah.
Well,
I sleep for 2 days.
Hopefully, we have everything figured out.
Yeah. I have a question. Did I ever notice anything about my feet?
Make an investigation check.
It only lasts for 24
Yeah, it
hours,
only
right?
lasts
Correct.
for
Yeah,
24
yeah.
hours.
So I mean, it would be.
Oh, it's
you'd
not
be
a
on the-
good.
Didn't even notice.
It's a natural fact. Did you say investigation?
Yeah, and you would be on the trailing
9.
edge. Okay. 9. It. As you went to bed that one night, it was a little uncomfortable. You felt like some kind of
Okay.
resistance or like a feedback, if you will, on the
A
blankets.
feedback, if you will.
But you
Didn't
really
know
thought
this.
nothing of it.
Although
You're
it
more
sucked.
focused on the fact that there was a wolf in your
Yeah.
quarters now, and the whisper that you
Yeah.
heard.
Son of a bitch, she didn't even notice. All right, I'll have to do it again.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. 'cause I had that ready.
All right, the night goes on. Next morning, you guys are awakened normally by
By
the
the smell
sounds.
of rotten crab meat cooked.
It's starting to kind of like turn now. So I mean, he prepares it. He has other things prepared as well. He actually kind of prepares a little bit of like a rice ball type of thing. He puts a little bit of normal fresh fish.
That's an
He's
impressive
got
chef.
the crab. as well. No one's really eating it except for Nizruk and Ondo.
That makes sense.
In an act of solidarity, I will also eat the crab.
Oh.
Make a constitution check.
I figured. Save or check? Doesn't matter.
Save.
12.
All right. It actually it's not that bad. You can swallow it and you think that it'll be fine. You know the next time that this comes on the menu there, it's probably not a good idea.
Yep. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You will end this voyage the way you started.
Yes.
How's his stomach feeling? It's okay.
It's normal now.
Right.
He didn't,
Not used to it.
He's kind of.
I think I've eaten raw meat before, so.
I was talking about the boat moving, but okay.
No. He's kind of found his sea legs. It's I want to say maybe by using.
I've eaten human before. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. Don't.
That's not part of the backstory you gave me.
Cody, don't.
Wow, this just got a lot darker.
Right.
He found his sea legs. The rhythm of the boat rocking back and forth, kind of like he's made it part of him, So he's doing okay. Yeah,
I feel like as a monk, I kind of like I have a little bit of dancer's tendency, so I can.
Well,
move with
it's either that or the
you're
alcohol.
drunken monk too. So yeah.
You're always swaying.
Yeah. I was asking for like I wasn't even swaying. That was just the boat. It was really rocky at that time. I was like, "You have any eggs too?" All right, so
you guys wake up, and again, the breakfast is served. You guys go about a normal day. Again, every now and then, you guys kind of look over your shoulder and just hope that nothing is following you.
I walk and find Ondo, and I bring him to the top deck.
He's already there.
Perfect.
And he's actually on the center mast there, pulling a bunch of the lifelines and the rigging in the center mast.
I go over to him and I go, "Where did you learn how to do all that you did on the battlefield?"
I'm a street brawler.
Street brawler. But you've got quite a technique.
Sure, other people do.
What streets about?
Compton.
A little.
Yeah, I was a vigilante for years.
Straight out of Masthead. He
they said Gotham. He said Compton.
Gotham.
Yeah. I'm a nerd.
He talks a little bit about
Swear to me. Huh?
Masthead is kind of, he talks a little bit about that. It's a rough life, sometimes.
I can tell.
He gives you a little bit of a tap on the shoulder. He's like, "What about you?"
Me? Well, look at me. You know where I come from. You know my kind is like growing up. What kind of training we all go through as young.
Samesies.
Wow.
Us greyskins aren't really favored amongst
Took the
the...
Kesha approach with that, didn't you? Grace, are you from the Underdog too?
No. I've been there, but no.
It's a
Like a
well-traveled
dank
ogre.
place.
Moi.
Not the...
I know.
Okay. I know. I bet you do. I was gonna see if you want to spar.
Oh, mate. He drops the rope immediately.
Yeah, sucker punch him in the nuts.
We know that.
He cracks his knuckles.
And I do the same, and I kind of get into this just kind of position. And then,
Okay.
where are you guys?
So, can I pay a visit to our friends that are locked in the brig again?
Yeah.
You may?
All right.
You may.
I'm
Walk on them
gonna
again.
do it again. I'd like to go.
That's the best.
They're actually asleep, and one of them's actually cuddling the other one, and every
even
now and then
better.
he kind of like moves his hand off and goes back on again. And
I'm gonna get just a couple feet away so I can really
roll a
aim
stealth with advantage.
Okay, all right.
Because they're all asleep.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes,
You can prestidigitate soiled clothes, right?
I can.
Can you make
Oh
some...
my god! Yes. I'm gonna give a culprit. Yes, I'm gonna make a culprit.
Like the least.
Release the dragon!
All right. Yeah. Truth be told, at this point, yeah. It's,
That
I
was
think
with advantage?
Oh shoot! Not with advantage.
Because they're sleeping.
Well,
Is it the same one?
the second one was a 1.
Oh, God.
So, not the stealthiest one at doing it, but
Okay.
they're asleep, so I figure, you know what? What the hell? So the first thing is I would like to prestidigitate a
large, dark area just on. Who is the guy who is who is chasing Mugsy first? Who was the first guy that I saw?
It probably would have been
Solence?
No, it
Salamence?
was
Salamander.
Yeah.
why did I...
Charmander.
Anyway, that guy.
Lendar.
Lendar is going to have a large dark stain appear.
Okay.
Where?
Yeah, where?
On this person.
All over. I want it like from here all the way down to like
Okay,
just
like
all
he
of the
just-
backside of
So
him,
it
just
just
all
went
over,
himself.
just all
Like-
over.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, is this the one who's spooning the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah.
It's gonna
yeah.
it's
So
gonna bleed through
so
for sure.
Yeah,
Now,
so-
what was your total roll?
the total roll was 9
9. Okay.
for the first one.
Okay. All right. Believe it or not, it you don't wake them up. You hand right through the bars and you see a dark stain begin to appear,
It's your giggling that wakes them up.
and they don't really notice it initially. They're just again the arm kind of moves up a little bit. You hear it as the body's moving. It's a little bit like the wet little.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Now for my magnum opus.
So now you know that you can do that. You can create a stain.
And stay down.
And you go ahead and
Just a
release
quick
it.
one.
And I would like to jingle away as quick as
All
I
right,
can, just to
okay.
hide behind the mast and laugh.
And you're hiding behind the mask, but you're also go ahead and roll another stealth check. No advantage.
No advantage this time. All right, that's a nat 20.
Okay.
All right, now it's
You're
business
so
time.
proud of yourself.
You hide behind the mask, and there's like a piece of rope that's kind of hanging there, and you're looking right through the cracks of the rope there, and you see them kind of like get uncomfortable more. And he pushes the guy off, and as he does so, he kind of comes to. He socks him, just boom, boom, boom. He wakes up
And
what
kills
the
him.
hell?
You caused murder.
And they all wake up now and they begin to just was it you? No. They just begin to throw haymakers at each other. The cage rattles some more, and
Cage fight. Cage fight.
eventually one of them just grabs
She take bets.
grabs what's his name Turson by the shoulders and just slams him against the cage. He falls down and he looks a little unconscious.
A little unconscious.
And they all kind of separate to
eyes are looking
different
out.
corners, and they put their heads to the bars and they try to get any bit of fresh air that they can. There is none down here to be had anyway, beyond the fact that you've now created this awesome smell.
Yes.
And
In its original definition, awesome.
Yeah, and I would like to then come out from behind the thing and pass by them. Oh, good morning. Oh. And I would like to make a gentle gust of wind to blow it back at them.
okay, just a small one.
Just a little...
It doesn't really do anything, but yeah.
It's like the little personal fans with the misters.
Exactly. Just they can hear a noise, but they don't feel it, and their heads are glued to the bars. They're trying to breathe out. Okay.
And I would like to take out a small piece of paper. Check. And go back downstairs.
All right.
Your bucket list.
All right, Danesh.
Okay.
Trixie
So I guess
every day.
we're so I look at so now I'm in this position,
Okay.
doing this situation, just kind of like have like this swang a bit, and I go, I hope you don't mind. I had a few drinks this morning. You're used to that though, right?
Of course.
Street brawls, whatnot.
Dude, Mike.
Yeah. So even though I was just talking straight to him, I was like,
Miserable. Oi, mate.
Referee.
We're at it again.
Referee.
And Nizra kind of, you feel like almost like a spider coming down for its prey. You see him upside down, hanging on a rope, and he just greets you. And all right, and he grabs onto the rigging over
This
there.
is my
and
favorite goblin
Yeah,
ever.
me too.
He's poised and just watching the whole thing. And the captain, you hear him kind of walking out and goes, "What are you guys doing? Not getting into any kind of trouble?"
No, Ondo was just gonna show me a few techniques of how he fights.
Ondo? And he goes, "It's alright, Captain. This here's for fun." Alright. And he kind of walks down to the helmsman, and those of you that are on top of the deck, you see money being passed between
Yes. Come on, go bet.
Are we around?
Malthy's up there.
I'm
Hylaney's up
yeah.
there.
You're in the bridge.
You are
I'm
near the bottom.
Yeah, I was
of
gonna
the
say,
brig.
starting
so,
to.
I'm probably not, would be my guess. I haven't been too much
both of you make a
socializing.
perception with disadvantage because you're below deck.
Oh, really good. 21.
Okay.
That's not what I was expecting when you said that noise. Oh, amazing.
That's a 9.
9. Okay. Trixie, you do hear a scuffle, but it sounds different from normal. You might think something's up. You're not sure.
Okay.
It could be any other thing, that they would have just found or whatnot. And but there begins to be like a little bit of a feet on the deck there.
Okay.
Chanting.
She'll give the like, oh my gosh, is this? And then she'll realize that she has Donash.
And then, and then you hear below you people throwing up. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Jingles.
All right. You
She's
first,
not
mate.
gonna go up, though, no.
Wrong. And then I just go for it.
Okay, go. Give an attack.
I'm going to sway and go just for a gut shot because we're just sparring. I'm not going to kick the shit up and I'll wait till I make a 2 roll. But okay, so, no, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
So I'm. You tell me what I do.
Okay. You don't hit.
Great. So,
No. I'm saying you didn't roll high enough, right?
no, I rolled 2.
2.
It's a
Okay.
Natural 2.
Natural 2. He's watching you. You can see his eyes are glued to you. Backs up. Oh.
And then I just like stumble. And I catch myself on like a nearby.
He
barrel.
palms your head and just brings you back up.
And I just like. And I just kind of go through again.
He goes to make
Jesus.
his. That's 19.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Okay.
That's a big fist to the face.
That is a huge fist to the face.
Only 4 damage to you,
Oh,
but he pops you right in the nose. And your vision. No. Here's the thing.
Or
Your
lack
vision actually
thereof.
kind of and goes back out.
dope. That's a hard hit.
Wow.
That's really good.
Like temporarily
That's
restored
really
his
big.
sight.
Yeah. So I just look at him and I go, on the streets of Masthead, liar. And I go back over and I just, I flurry of blows
Okay.
his 1, 2 to the, is it just 2 or 3 hits?
2 hits.
3 hits for flurry of blows. 'Cause
In
one bonus-
your bonus action. Correct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for, is his arm still extended? Where is it?
He popped it and he actually gave you a little bit of a jab and he brought it back
Okay.
up to.
Great. So he's like this.
Mhm.
I'm gonna punch elbow, and then fist, or
Okay.
face to fist.
Okay.
Since he hit me in the face, its gloves are off.
Yep.
All right.
Roll
So
for your first attack.
and then do I roll all 3?
No, just roll your first attack and your second attack separately because I want to know which one is which.
Got it.
It depends on how it
Yeah,
goes.
17 natural,
Okay, that one hits. Roll the second one.
13 natural.
Okay, that does hit as well.
Great. He's big. He's
Yeah,
big.
He's big and yeah. You manage to poof, poof, and you separate his arms. Make your third attack and then roll damage for all of them.
Why do I roll that die? I was rolling so well, and I am stupid. So stoops. Okay, so that was a natural 6. Plus 4, 10.
No.
Damn.
All right. So roll your first few damage.
He's got a really good core.
Yeah. It's just in his face. He's got abs in his face.
Punches back.
You're fighting Rocky.
Right. That's 8 plus 4, 12.
12 total. Oof.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, math.
I know.
No,
It's
not
good.
again.
It's good.
You do
Quick,
make an
grab the
opening.
abacus.
you hit his elbows, boom, boom, and you make an opening, but he sees it and he backs up.
And then I drunken technique, and I disengage.
Okay, you move back.
Yeah.
He actually tries to lunge at you at this point. He sees that you've already separated. He's like, all right. He goes to do an uppercut, but all on your basically he's gonna like uppercut it, but he's gonna kind of drive it through with his fist. Natural 17, so that's gonna cause a hit.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's
all
all
right.
right. Sorry,
So-
Jeremiah, I was about to drink your coconut.
It's empty. You could break it and just lick the meat of
take-
it.
Don't tempt me.
You take 6 points of damage
Oof.
It's good.
as Ando gives you a big uppercut right to the gut. You feel the impact, and you actually move back about 5 feet.
And I taste crab.
Ruined
You can
crap
see
for
him
everybody.
go, and he does this motion.
But you don't learn that shit on the streets of Masthead.
Not unless you're in the sewers and you're getting a rat to teach you. All right.
Took me a second.
So I know exactly
Took
where
me
you're
a
from.
second for that one.
It was a stretch. So at this point, because yeah, why not? I then look at him and I go, the streets. I knew you were a liar. Hold on. And I just take a handful and put it under the barrel and I just go.
Okay. Mark off that you've used up another slot.
Oh yeah, I know. It's gone.
I
This is
felt
worth
like
it.
It's not,
Yeah.
he's
I
done
give him
it
a hand,
before.
yeah.
Don't put it
Is
past
your
him.
barrel completely gone now?
No, I
threw it
got
at it.
Okay.
Distraction.
Go ahead and make
Good
you take your plus one.
Yeah, just a plus
Mm-hmm.
plus 1 to duration. Okay, great. So now I spent a key point. So I have 2 left, Cody. So I go in, and is there anything like barrels or something around me?
There aren't any barrels on top.
Is
of
there a
that.
human being around me?
There is Nizruk right, almost kind of right next to you, where you guys are fighting. There
But
aren't.
what about the rest of the people that are like watching and betting?
They're around. You probably have like a good like a 20-foot, well maybe less, like 15-foot circle that you kind of created there. It's close, so you can easily get to someone if that's what you wish.
Great. So I'm going to then take this drink and take it out like this, and then as I do that, I'm going to lose my balance into the circle that I imagine has formed.
You lean back again. They're gonna grab you and you go.
And
Push
I
you.
just go like
Oh my god, it
this
really
into
is.
his face.
Just turned into WWF. So sad Cat's not
Yeah.
here.
We miss you, cat.
This one's for you. And so
Flying lariat.
yeah, no. So when that happens, I'm going to then use momentum to flip into flying kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know. Okay. That's
Liu Kang.
Cocked.
I see that's cocked. Roll for athletics.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no, acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Better. So this is an acrobatics roll and then attack roll.
And then attack roll.
All right. So I'll just roll 2. Purple is acrobatics. Wow. The plus 1 to both, yeah? No.
No, just your attack.
Okay, purple is acrobatics, so it looked damn good. It looks so good. That's 14, and then it was a 5.
5 to hit.
To
Okay.
hit.
So he sees your flourish there, and he just sidesteps and kind of just taps you on the shoulder as you go to try to.
And as he does that, I back kick with the other foot as a bonus action.
bonus action, go to try to kick you. He taps you on the shoulder, and he sees your leg coming. And he grabs onto it. He's gonna hold onto it.
Oh shit.
He's
He's gonna Hulk it.
Into the mouth of Saladin.
roll a grapple check to see if you can break out of it right now.
Which do I roll? I'm doing drunk. I should go for this one.
Puny draw.
Yeah, right? Just grapple. What am I doing? Strength check? What is this?
Yeah, strength.
Ooh. That is a plus 1 to that. No.
No, just grapple.
Second.
It's just your attack.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I
getting
shouldn't.
too
I shouldn't argue
fabulous
with the
for my own
DM.
good.
Says it's a 5.
5. You don't break his. He's got you in his grasp there. He's actually going to use that and use your momentum and slam you into the ground. Now,
Did we hear that one?
You all hear that one.
I remember my mother's face.
The dragon turtle heard that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, right.
I'm teasing, of course.
Yeah.
So he's gonna deal. Actually, this is
Ask your god.
6 more damage as you slam down onto the ground there.
Man, this is not
He-
going my way.
Now that you're on the ground, though, he's going to take. And I know it's going to sound cheesy, but he's going to take his elbow and go
The people's elbow into my face.
elbow
Great.
into your face.
Cool.
Oh, does
You
Ando
started
raise the
it.
eyebrow?
No, I'm happy with
13.
13?
Does it?
Oh.
No, 13 to hit.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's 14.
Okay.
All right.
You get out of the way right as he slams it right into the wooden deck there, and you stand back up.
I go, you're gonna make us sink, and then I just go in, but with wrists. I'm gonna flare your blows, and just like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, no, I am. I'm just gonna like drunken master with the wrists,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
just kind of do this, and just where is he? Is he on the ground like this?
Well, he just went to the ground and you rolled off. He sees you about to get up, and he's not necessarily on the ground, but he gets back up. So he's on the motion of getting back up.
I'm gonna
as you...
Ip-Man his face with flurry of blows. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. With flurry of blows. A a 6, a 2, and a 10. Wait. 6 plus 4. Holy crap. 10.
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
No.
Okay, then the second one was a natural 1.
Okay. Oh, no, that wouldn't have hit anyway.
Oh no, it would be 11. I'm sorry, 11. 11's the first one.
Okay, still doesn't hit.
Damn it. 1 is a natural 1, and then 10 plus 4 plus 1, 5, 15.
That one hits.
Jeez. Great.
First one, he sprains his wrist
7.
on his face.
7 points of damage.
Yeah.
So you go to slap him, and he sees the first one, and then you get him on the third one. Hit him in the nose.
I headbutt with that one.
Okay, you
Yeah.
headbutt him, sure. And you dealt how many to that?
7.
7 points of damage. All right. He's gonna steal his grips and just go right onto you. And natural 4, 19 that hits, and natural 3. So he spends his flurry of blows, but he only lands 1 hit, and it's going to deal 7 points of damage. No, yeah, 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Downstairs, we're all playing Go Fish.
Yeah. Dumbass.
7 of crabs.
You said 7 it was?
7 of
Go fish.
Yeah, yes.
Damn it.
7
7
damage? 7 points?
damage.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that. It's a spore. I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Killing blow.
Killing word. Your mom. Yeah, so I stumble from that. I look back at him, and this is like just a Hail Mary of attempt. I go in, and I just go, wait. And I look up, and I just come in.
Oh, yeah, he's
yeah.
like, oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
middle of
as
that.
he's in the middle of that, I just sock him once in the face.
Okay.
Rock him, sock him. Oh, God.
I was like, no.
That's a modified 21.
Yep, that hits.
Great. Oh, it's +1 to attack as well, right?
Yeah.
Damn it. No, wait, with attack or just to hit?
2 attacks. So,
Great.
so yeah.
5.
5. Damage.
Bonus action.
Okay.
I headbutt him again.
All right.
Never mind.
Okay. So let's.
That's one way to use your head on Ash.
Right.
You watch as he like he seems to be trying to be poised for it, but you do tag him anyway. And his eyes are kind of like wandering now, and he's
Mine too.
looking.
You just can't see it.
He's looking pretty rough.
You can say when.
And he just kind of like runs at you, almost like a haymaker kind of a thing. He's
Like a clothesline?
Clothesline haymaker, yeah.
Yeah.
You see him like begin to do the clothesline, but he's gonna round it off with a haymaker, and he's gonna do a natural 2, right over your.
And then
just kind of stumbles.
kick him in, like, right here.
Okay,
This hard.
roll to attack.
I don't... You know what? I don't. I'm going to kick and stop, actually, right at his face.
Okay, still roll.
Okay. You kill him. 19.
If you rolled crappy, you were just gonna kick him in the face, knock him overboard.
And the hair on his head moves a little bit.
And I'm like in like the most rigid and like sober.
Yeah, like the Kung Fu Studio kind of a
Yes,
picture.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where I trained. Kung Fu Larry's.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and just I'll give it to you.
Right.
And your foot stops. He's bleeding from his mouth.
So it might be time to go back to masthead. And then I put it down. And I put out my hand.
You see it, 2 teeth, fly off.
I
and
swallowed mine because I don't want to show him.
It's gonna feel good.
He doesn't go and grab
Thanks.
your hand. He grabs over to your arm,
Yeah.
and he gives a good squeeze. He's actually going to deal 1 point of damage to you.
That's fair.
Pride damage.
All right, I just wanted to know if that was enough to.
Has he killed me or like?
I just wanted to know. Yeah, he just wanted to give you one last little.
Yeah.
Because of his just massive grip there.
lucked out on that one. That was good spa.
Indeed.
But you shouldn't lie to me. I would have gone easy on you if you had told me the truth. Where did you learn it?
To be honest, a little bit of Masted, a little bit of Quintessa. I get a little bit of inspiration wherever I go.
A little bit of Monica. I don't know. So I look at him and I go, maybe it might be time to hang up a sailor's life and go back to fighting. You could probably find yourself a good promoter.
No, mate. My life's out here. Out at sea.
I look at Nizrik and I go, Nizrik, are you sure? You seem to be a good promoter. As I imagine he's collecting coin.
Nizrik is basically Flava Flav. That's like
the rest of you,
obvious flavor.
The rest of you who have gone on to the deck there, who have stopped, have you see the captain is actually collecting his share there, and
the captain bet on me.
And you see a few other people kind of passing up coins. Some guys, a few of them swearing off and all that. They go back to work though immediately as the captain immediately just barks, all right. Enough of that. Good show. And he heads back downstairs. And Nizrik is kind of coming back now to you, and he extends his hand and he just shakes your hand. Walks back up to the full top of the rigging there, onto one of the masts.
As I walk away, I pull out my lute and just strum and thank of Ondo and cast Healing Word.
Okay. You do so. And Ondo stops. You see his head kind of turn back towards you. And he turns.
And I just whistle as I walk, playing this little tune. And then I walk over to Highland and I go, for God's sake, please, you can heal me. As I cough up blood.
What are your max hit points?
31.
Okay.
Or I could sleep. You don't have to. Well, that doesn't matter.
No, I'll give you, I think I can do 20, so 15, okay? Or do you want all 20?
Nah, it's okay. 15's good. Just do it again.
Alright.
And then in my head, I'm like, she touched me. She really touched me. What is 15 plus 7? Guys, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be
15 plus 7 is 32.
21. What?
15? Well, no,
22.
22. They said 17.
21, right?
Yeah. 22.
7. Yep.
No, sorry.
22.
Broke the DM!
15 plus 7 is
22.
Don't do this to me. We may not actually have to do this math tonight. I'm just fried.
Like, sure, you get points.
Yeah.
I swear I'm an engineer, guys. I do this as the day job. Okay, you guys, separate there, and you got your heal, and
I just hang around with Highway for a while.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Trixie.
Yes.
I was thinking there's a little experiment that I wanted to do. Do you want to be a part of
Is it on the captain?
Not quite.
Is it on Ada?
Don't worry about it. Do you want to do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thought so. Okay, alright. And I'll hold off the rest of it until you guys decide to come find, come talk to...
Do you want us to be witness to this out of character?
Not to the process, but just the result.
Then shall we go make our way and find the rest of the party? Slowly.
Sure, I'm done doing what I need to do up here. That's fine.
Great. So we head that way.
Ada kind of just not really stops you, but she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder. And, well done. She walks on.
She touched me.
she just on her as she moves away, she goes, "There's not anyone that can get Ondo to bleed like that."
I didn't know he bled.
You made him bleed his own blood.
And I go,
all right.
Yeah, I just smile inwardly.
You guys get back down.
Yeah. I want to see what's going on here.
Okay. So, when they open the door, I imagine that it is literally just a tidal wave of tiny mewling kittens pouring out of the room as Jingles and Trixie have been holding this thing upside down for the entirety...
There are 100 kittens maximum.
So... They poof, and they only do...
Yeah. So, it basically...
Well, that was your experiment.
There was, yeah.
10 per round, and they only last 1 minute. So
okay,
at maximum, you can continue to pour them out. They disappear below you. Basically.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Wait a minute, do we walk in like you're pouring warm laundry onto the Ultra show, but it's just kittens.
It's just kiddens.
And I go, okay.
Yo, hold on.
What we
The
do in
door
our spare
swings
time.
in. Go ahead and roll a strength check. The door swings in.
What do you mean?
The door swings in. Roll a strength check.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. It's a 15. That's the
Right.
best.
You go, and there's a
Oh, no!
there's a wall of kittens that don't allow you to open the door. You see a few of them kind of like move out, and then they disappear, and then. But the door is still being pushed now. It actually closes again.
And I hear more.
From behind the door, it's all you hear. It's just.
You know, maybe we should leave them alone.
That's probably a good idea. Close the door.
We're having a good time.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Clearly. All right.
They're having a different kind of
Base
fight.
of endless kittens. Best item ever.
Now I want warm laundry poured on me.
Oh, it's the best feeling.
I'm looking at you.
It's the best feeling.
When you least expect it.
Yeah, when you're really sweaty. No! Because it could be a...
Yeah.
that's the worst.
Oh
When
my
it's
God.
100 degrees outside, I will warm
no.
You're well.
All right. Experiment
God.
complete. I'm happy.
Okay.
That was
all I wanted to
amazing.
do.
That's all
I
I-
got so excited. It's like, what are we gonna do?
Well,
Oh,
do you
that's
have
fine,
do you have
don't get me
an idea?
I'll work
Well.
on one.
Okay.
You guys in the middle of the day.
Excited.
In the middle of the day now. It's kind of nearing towards a little bit of the like the mid-afternoon. You hear a bell on top. King, 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 king.
Dinner.
Oh no.
And this is not dinner bell.
Yeah, this is a bad bell.
This is the
Oh
alarm
no!
bell.
We're not
Yep.
there.
No.
So we
nope,
run?
Nope. Nope.
This is the third day in,
We're so close.
Oh, Lord.
and you guys make your way up top, and you don't even have to use that or any other thing. You start to see
We're in the
debris.
maw. Oh.
Oh.
Where's the
Crate.
Confessor?
Can I look? Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
They're nearby.
Okay. All right.
And now you guys start to move in on a huge debris field. Crate, a piece of wood,
Is there a floating door with a
floating
woman on it?
body.
Oh, it's Jack.
No. Well, no. Jack's already down there.
More pieces of wood.
We don't
This
see
was
big
not-
mountains of turtleness,
no,
right?
No turtle. No turtle
Is
dragon.
this a
This,
freshly dead
yeah, this
body?
was not here before.
Yeah, is it
You
bloated?
can't really see from your vantage point. It's away in the water there. You're kind of just moving through it, and that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh man! We about to hit a ghost ship.
You know.
I don't
Oh,
like
shit.
ghosts.
You got kittens. It's okay.
That's right. We got
It's
kittens.
ghost kryptonite. As
Yeah.
I'm told.
Poor kittens.
It's like allergic.
All right,
Oh
guys.
man, that was dope. Oh shit!
All right.
What are we getting into?
Thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. Thanks again to. Do we have the winner in chat, or do we still? I mean,
Yes.
a new one,
All right.
or did we get the other guy?
It's now Proto Man.
Proto Man Blues.
Proto Man.
So,
Nice
Congratulations,
The other
brother.
guy, he I guess left chat. So
Snooze, you lose.
yep.
Unfortunately,
Proto Man.
remember that. Important to remember, guys. You
Something-
gotta stay in so we can contact you.
It's very true. Something tells me that you like Mega Man, sir, but I don't know what it is.
Donish doesn't.
I have no idea. Yeah, out of character.
All right. Again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We're gonna be obviously going next week,
Hell yeah.
Sunday, and find out what all this debris is about.
Yeah,
I will
seriously.
not be here next Sunday.
You
Oh
won't be
no!
I know I will not be here.
Don't worry. I'll put on a
I have a-
mustache. It'll be
Perfect.
good. It'll be
there.
fine.
You can
The
grow in that.
WrestleMania
yeah.
thing I gotta go
Yeah.
to in New Orleans.
If we go to the Duke, what are we gonna do?
Well,
Oh God! I
can
don't
send
think we're
you
gonna be
some
making
tapes
it
and
to
you
the
guys
Duke
can
next
see if you
session.
can
I guess they're
improv it.
not.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I was gonna roll ones anyway, so.
Send you some tapes.
Well, they could like study my dumbass mannerisms and they could like mimic it on the show.
We'll play it. This is his next joke.
And then I said, "That's enough." Just close it.
And for his next trick.
All right. Guys, thank you again for tuning in, and remember,
Thanks so much,
we have a subscribe button, so if you like what you see,
Yeah.
go ahead and throw a subscribe to us with Twitch Prime or
Forward,
otherwise.
forward.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Bye.